Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the men's semi-final BUCS Cup squash match. Here with me is Nick again. Nick, how are you?
Good to be with you again.
So we're going to talk through the players who are going to be on the glass court that you can see on the live stream today. First up is going to be Matthew Broadbury, the fourth string player. Nick, have you been watching Matt play recently?
I have. I've played with him quite a lot, actually. He also recently played in the graded tournament at Nottingham, and he won that, so he seems to be in good form.
Good form. He's down a little bit on weight. He's looking like he's moving around the court very nicely.
Yep, and he's playing Michael Mattimore from Birmingham, so another quality player, so it's going to be a good match. Yeah,
I've seen Michael a few times through the junior tournaments. He's very solid, doesn't make too many errors, keeps it nice and tight. Hard for Matt to win points against him.
Yeah, definitely be a good matchup because obviously Michael's a much more physical player, likes to run around the court a lot, whereas Matt is a very skillful player, uses his shots a lot more. So it'll be a good matchup of styles, I think. Yeah, definitely. And second up on the glass court, we've got Owain Taylor, Wales number 4, plays for the senior national team. He's going to be playing Stuart McGregor. Yeah, no, they've got a bit of a rivalry. They often play each other in PSA professional tournaments, and obviously they've played Birmingham a couple of times. They're both in their final years at uni, so they've played each other a number of times in the university scene. They also play each other regularly in professional tournaments. So they've got a big head-to-head there, so it's definitely interesting to see which way this one goes this time. Definitely one to watch. Final match on the glass court will be Adam Auckland of Nottingham versus Jan van den Herwegen of Birmingham. He's a Belgian PhD student, I believe. Yep, he is. He's been there for a while now, obviously doing his PhD. Adam is a physiotherapist student at Nottingham, one of our scholars. And again, they've played each other a number of times in the university circuit. They regularly play each other. And I think last time it was actually Adam lost 3-2, but he had 2 match balls. So again, it's going to be a real nail biter to that one. Yeah, and Adam's beaten him in the past as well. It's a lot down to Adam's fitness because he gets injured a little bit, and because he works a lot being a physiotherapy student, he's on placement quite a lot of the time. Yeah, he has been injury free for a while though, Adam, so he's looking to put in a good performance today, and I think it's definitely going to be, it'll be close either way, whichever way it goes. An absolute cracker. I think today we've got somebody from Men's Health Active to come and have a quick interview, and he'll tell us all about it. Who can we have, Harry? So can you just tell us a bit about what Men's Health Active is?
So I'm Harry. I'm the ambassador or one of the ambassadors from Men's Health Active. We have 2 main aims. One of them is to encourage as many men as possible to get involved in sport to help improve their mental well-being. Our second aim is to try and break down the stigma around men's mental health. One of our hashtags is "There's no strength in silence." The campaign is trying to also get people to be more aware of the fact that more men commit suicide, and due to mental health, and men are also less likely to come forward about mental health because there's still very much a stigma around the subject and people talking about it. Okay, thanks very much. If people want to find out more about it, where can they go to find out more? So we have a Facebook group which you can easily join. That's closed, so it's a nice safe environment. We also have a website. So if you just type into Google University of Nottingham Men's Health Active, will come up, and it has a list of all our sessions that we help run. So we've got football, we've got judo, we've got there's a weightlifting session called Headstrong, and we've got sessions both here at David Ross and also over at Sutton Bonington. Okay, that's great. Yeah, I was just going to ask you what sessions you're on, but you just kind of answered that question for me, so it was great to have you.
I think we're going to go to a video all around Men's Health Active right now.
I'm getting involved in Men's Health Active because I think that taking part in sports gives you a natural high and it's good for your mental well-being.
I'm getting involved in Men's Health Active because it's a fun way to keep fit and get to know people.
I'm getting involved in Men's Health Active for stress relief and to be part of the wider community.
I'm a part of Men's Health Active because it's a good way to maintain my mental health and it's a good way to meet new people.
I'm getting involved with Men's Health Active because after a long day at uni I like to de-stress and meet new people and make new friends.
I'm getting involved in the Men's Health Active programme, supporting the health and well-being of our male students. I'll be leading on the Headstrong programme, which will be doing weightlifting exercises in the high performance zone.
I'm getting involved with Men's Health Active because I want to get out of the library, I want to get a de-stress on, get a blow on and have a little bit of laugh with a few new people.
I want to be a part of Men's Health Active because I want to inspire people to help themselves.
I think you should get involved in Men's Health Active for all the reasons just mentioned. It's a really fantastic way to look after your general health and well-being.
So we just got one more thing to say about Men's Health Active that you wanted to say.
So tomorrow night we're running our second talk shop talking about self-esteem. It's a great opportunity for men to talk about their own mental health or the challenges men face in general, and it's run by the two counsellors from the University of Nottingham Counselling Service, so it's a really great opportunity to share in a safe environment.
Yeah, and once again, just Facebook and Twitter
Facebook.
to find them.
Type in Men's Health Active on Facebook, or go to our webpage. Just type University of Nottingham Men's Health Active into Google, you'll find us.
Okay, great, that's great, thank you.
Thanks very much, Harry. Right, so shortly coming up, we'll be going to commentary for the men's semi-final match, Nottingham versus Birmingham. This is for a place in the final on Big BUCS Wednesday in 2 weeks' time. There's bound to be some real crackers of matches, like we said, Adam Auckland, Jan van den Herwegen, Owen Taylor, Stuart McGregor, so make sure to tune in. But we're going to go over to the commentary booth now, and make sure to come down and watch #Road to Nottingham.
the University of Nottingham Sports Injury Clinic. We offer hydrotherapy, physiotherapy and sports massage to all members of the general public and to students here at the university.
We have a state-of-the-art facility with 5 private consultation rooms. We have an open rehab space where we can cater to the individual as well as group rehab sessions, and besides that we have a hydrotherapy pool as well as a plunge pool where we can cater to the individual or cater to groups or teams.
Typically getting people with all sorts of injury, mostly consisting of musculoskeletal injuries. That tends to be either through sport or through just general demands of daily living. The
hydrotherapy pool is a warm pool where we can do individual rehab as well as group rehab sessions. The water is warm and therefore moving in water will make any pains, it makes moving easier than it would be on land. The plunge pool is a cold pool that we have next to the hydrotherapy pool. It's currently around set about 10 degrees. We use that predominantly with our sports teams as a recovery, so they go in after they've had a match or a Heart Week of training. Whether you have a small niggle or a long-term injury or a chronic injury, we have a specialist team of qualified staff as well as trainees in clinic that will be able to help you on your journey, whether that is back to professional sport, back to work or back to day-to-day life. We are here to help you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the men's semi-final BUCS Cup match. This is hosted by University of Nottingham. it for a record 3rd year consecutively. The event will take place across several hub venues in the city, including this £40 million David Ross Sports Village. The championship finals see the top student Premier League teams in the United Kingdom battle it out to be overall national champion. In the trophy competition, squads from the second tier of the BUCS leagues compete for the coveted Trophy Cup. Unfortunately, our second and third teams have already been knocked out of that. With thousands of university sport teams taking part in the BUCS leagues every year, only the very best make it through to Big BUCS Wednesday finals. Seeded by their league position in championship and are drawn the trophy, the teams have to qualify via several grueling knockout stages. So this is the semi-final, so this is the penultimate stage in the BUCS Cup. And the team successful today makes through to the final in 2 weeks' time, again here at the University of Nottingham. Earlier on in the season, we've had a 3-2 win over Birmingham in the league, and we've also had a 3-2 loss. But the most recent one was the victory. Nick,
yes.
How do you think the match is going to go today?
Well, again, it's going to be a very close one again. I think all the matches are really pretty 50-50. It's pretty hard to pick a winner in all of the matches. So, like, yeah, you say you've had 3-2s, but then again, you can see either of these teams could win all 5, or they could. Any of the matches is really 50-50, so it's fitting that they've had 2 3-2s, getting one each way.
Too hard to call, really, isn't it?
No, yeah, this one especially. Matt's really getting back into some good form recently. He's been playing a lot. I'm sure he must have played Michael Mattamore quite a lot in the juniors. I think they're pretty similar age. Definitely would be the same age group. So I'm sure they would have played many times in juniors. Matt obviously himself both of them have been top juniors really. Matt's definitely part of the England setup as a junior. Massimo probably just behind them, I would have thought.
Yeah, so I think Matt's maybe a couple of years older. Michael's the same age as I am. We're in our 3rd year at university. I think Matt's due to course changes. He's in his I think it might be his 5th year actually at uni.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Matt's a very skillful player. He's been practicing a lot on the glass recently, so he should feel right at home.
Yeah, definitely will suit his game well. Like I said earlier, but Matt is a really skillful player. Obviously, he's got great fitness and movement as well, as you have to at this level. But what really stands out is his great skills with the racket,
especially on the forehand.
He's got a great forehand, one of the best forehands I've seen.
That's quite a compliment.
It is. Great power, great accuracy. He's got a lovely hold as well, which I'm sure we'll see lots of holds, flicks from Matt. Whereas Michael, more of a traditional player, plays up and down the walls, very fast pace. Likes to hit the ball hard, run around very quickly.
Yeah, very good retriever, isn't he?
Great mover. Definitely got the advantage on the movement, but like I said, Matt's got the advantage with the racket skills, so it's going to be an interesting contest. Although saying that, Michael's just absolutely slotted a backhand neck.
They all come off in the warm-up though. When it comes down to matches, the pressure's on. It can be different.
Well, you're the one who would know about that, Warren. You've never lost the warm-up, have you?
Never lost the warm-up. The warm-up's the best part of the match.
It's the best part of the match for you, isn't it? As soon as you start having to move,
that's where it all falls apart, unfortunately. But you know, I am called the professor, so you can learn a thing or two from my warm-up.
Oh, Michael was just hit it out of the court there.
You would learn not to do that.
Hopefully.
Matt at Nottingham is affectionately known as Bean.
Do we know the origin of this name?
I think it must come from his last name, Broadberry.
Is it bean? Yeah.
Broad beans are a type of bean, so.
Possibly, I can see that.
Whereas Michael, I'm not sure, but I guess if we're going with bean originated nicknames, he would have to be Baked Bean, wouldn't he?
Possibly. He could be a runner bean as well.
Oh, he could be a runner bean. I was being derogatory about his hair colour.
You were going straight for the.
You were trying to compliment his style.
I know. He could be a runner bean. Yeah. Matt's sporting a lovely. He always wears a pink headband these days. I'm not sure. Why that superstition started, but yeah, he always plays with it. He's got a selection of pink headbands actually.
Well, you know what they say: pink to make the boys wink.
Wow.
I think that must carry some weight in this decision to wear a pink headband.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure he thought about it long and hard.
Can I try and squeeze a prediction out of you for this match, Nick? I know it's hard to call, but I want something down on paper.
Matt is so good on the glass, so I don't want to bet against him, but I think it could be. I've not seen these two play each other for a while, and like I say, the style is so different. It is hard to pick. I'm gonna go. I think Matt is just so good on the glass that I can see him taking it. I think he needs to take it 3-1 or 3-love or 3-1.
You don't want to go into a fifth, do you?
I don't think he wants to go to a fifth with Michael. But like I say, he's got great skills, and on this glass court it really suits his play. And I know he's been like the past 2 weeks. He's really every training session he's been on the glass. He's not been playing on the traditional courts at all.
He's had his mind completely focused on this match alone.
Yeah, so he's definitely going to put a good show, I think. So I don't want to bet against Matt on the glass.
The stands are looking pretty packed for this match. The boys from American football and table tennis must have come in.
Yeah, definitely had a few more people turn up now just for the start of this match, which is good.
There's still room. There's still room by the sidewalls, and there's also court 6 being used again for the other match, which I believe should be Michael Andrews versus. I forgot.
Mukhtar Niminji.
Yeah,
I'm probably saying the name incorrectly.
No, I think that's pretty accurate actually. And
I mean, that's his name, but whether I'm saying it correctly is.
I do believe they call him Nimbus 2000 over at Birmingham.
They call him Nimbus 2000.
Yeah, his name was submitted as Mukhtar Nimji, and then in quotation marks Nimbus 2000. So he must be a lightning bolt across the court.
He's very quick actually. I've seen him a few times. He is. He's absolutely lightning across the court. He's actually the Kenyan #1, I believe. If I'm not
Juniors
mistaken.
or men's?
I presume men's. But yeah, I saw you recently. He's been playing a few like close satellites recently here since he's moved to England, and he's had some good results in that. I also saw a match of his. He played like Lewis Anderson in a league match, and he beat him. So.
Score, do you know?
Oh, I can't remember now.
Can't remember. But that is a good result. Lewis is a good player.
Lewis is a top player now.
Got to the semi-finals of the World Junior Championships, Lewis Anderson. So it must be a very good result for Mr. Nimbus 2000.
Yeah, he's a very quick player, but we'll focus on the match on the glass for today.
Looks like Matt's going to be serving.
Not sure who's reffing this match, but.
Just remember, guys, # Road to Nottingham. Let's try and get as big of an internet presence as we can. Michael trying to hit hard from the very beginning. Really trying to up the pace of this match, keep it high, try and tire Matt out and get physical, but you can't pick that up. That was a lovely kill on the forehand.
Well, it's exactly what I said, isn't it? The forehand of Matt's is really quite deadly. So you can't leave it anywhere in mid-court loose on Matt's forehand. He is just going to absolutely hammer it.
That was a nice little hold and flick.
Exactly.
Sent Michael the wrong way a little bit, but he managed to recover.
I think Matt's just been listening to what I've been saying about him really here. He's just demonstrating all his skills. Well put away from Matt there. Michael Matt. But yeah, again, Michael is a quality player as well. You can't just leave it loose.
Some nice long rallies at the beginning of this game. Setting up their stall. At least we finally got some colour contrast between the different players' shots. That was another lovely hole on the forehand. Matt's really going to look to implement that at every opportunity.
Yeah, whenever he gets a chance on his forehand, he's going to try and take it in, I think. He doesn't want the rallies to be too long. He's a very attacking player, Matt. He's always looking, if he gets the opportunity, to take it in.
Matt's hit the floor, hasn't
Yeah, bottom of the tin. It's unfortunate. I think they just called handout, but I don't think it was a handout, was it?
I don't think it was, no. Yeah, 4-2 is the correct score there.
I think Jaden might be reffing this, but I might be wrong. Yeah, Michael doesn't want to keep doing that, as we saw.
No, you saw a big Matt really just waited on the shot for
that rolled.
Extra
Michael didn't
second.
get. Yeah. I don't even think Michael got that first one, did he?
No.
The warm-up was so good. We just wanted to show you guys a little flashback.
Quite close here at the beginning.
Michael really needs to try and play an error-free game, because Matt's probably going to hit a few errors. He goes for winning shot, so
yeah, you
Michael
don't want
keeps him out of the tin.
Well, yeah, I've played Matt a few times, and he hits so many winners and so many shots that you really don't want to be handing him points as well as that, do you? You really want to be trying to knuckle down and make no mistakes and try and force them out of him, because he is attacking, but obviously the problem with being so attacking is you can make the errors if you...
Yeah, it's the risk you've got to take if you want to play that way.
Yeah, so I think that's what Michael needs to do. He needs to really try and force the errors out of him and just keep getting the ball back.
Yeah, lengthen the rallies out.
Unfortunately, though, as you're probably seeing from some of Matt's shots, it's not always that easy.
Tight shot from Matt.
Didn't really do enough on that volley there, Matt, did he?
No, he didn't. Sat up a little bit.
Yeah, he worked the rally well to get the opportunity, and then just didn't quite have the finishing shot, and he gave the initiative back to Michael there. Should have just maybe put it in with a bit more pace.
Yeah, that's the problem when you play someone as quick as Michael. If you give them anything loose at the front, they use their speed to get onto it early and turn defence into attack.
He does. Michael is one of the few players I think who does use his speed very well, actually, not just to defend but to attack, from what I've seen of him. A lot of players very quick, and you see them diving around the court retrieving, but then when they get the opportunity they don't use it to get on the ball early.
That was a lovely kill from Matt. Millimetres above the tin, right into the nick. Another unforced error. They both hit mistakes off serve. That was another good serve from Matt.
We're really seeing the importance of the basics on the glass court, aren't you? You need to volley the serve on this glass court, because his ball can suddenly just drop off in the back corners here.
It's a lovely shot from Matt. He got on that early and put a lot of pace on that ball, hard and low. Michael had no chance to get that. You can't react.
Yeah, it's a great mix-up. Matt usually likes to hold it, play it a bit slower, flick from the front, but that time he just charged onto it and hammered it into the opposite corner, and does the basics so well, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. I think that's any good squash player, when you watch, their basic sort of line and length to the back of the court and defensive play is so good that it gives them the opportunities to play more attacking stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good kills from Matt here. He's taken the middle of the court very well. Anything in the service box, half court, he takes the kill in straight away, and
yeah,
he's been deadly with it.
Yeah, it's the right tactic on this court. Fast from wall, you just have that little bit less time to react to the shot, and the ball can die before you even know it. So Matt's played a very good first game.
Matt's done very well there. Like I said, it's a glass court. It's really hard to bet against Matt on the glass court, because you saw there the shots that he can produce. He hits it tight so often, and he takes it into the front of the court so well. And on this glass court, the white ball can be a bit more dead than the traditional courts.
Yeah, he's also had a good contrast from the front of the court with his hold flicks, drop shots, and getting onto it quick and hitting it hard to the back. Michael's been left guessing. He doesn't know where Matt's putting it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think Michael. I don't know what they're going to be saying to Michael, because I don't think he's not really played that badly there, has he? It's just at the front of the court he's just been a bit outclassed by Matt, and the amount of options he's got.
Yeah, definitely, I'd agree. Michael wants to do better. He needs to really tighten up that length and give Matt nothing to work off.
Yeah, he can't give him any opportunities, but he needs to just improve the basics, really, doesn't he, Michael? Because if you're giving him the loose opportunities, then you see Matt is so deadly that you just can't afford to do it. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do to try and take the middle away from him. Maybe use a bit more height or try and hit a bit harder to the back, just to try and make sure the ball's not landing in the middle.
Yeah. Dead sidewalls, so you've really got to try and keep that ball straight and off the sidewall on a drive, otherwise it slows it down significantly and ends up landing near the middle of the court.
I imagine, from what I know of Michael, he's going to try and up the pace and try and hit the ball a bit harder to get it really going through to the back corners.
Yeah, get the pressure on Matt, try and tire him out.
Try and use the height and lift to the back.
Yeah, it's also harder to hit good short shots off a hard drive, isn't it?
That is a great drop shot from Matt.
Yeah, Michael hit a poor shot. He was stranded a bit in no man's land.
Yeah, and you see Matt there. He comes in, rack it up really high, swing really fast, and the ball suddenly just drops. And it's impossible from someone at the back of the court to read.
Yeah, that's a lovely length from Michael.
Michael really needs to try and lengthen out the rallies here. He's
that's a lucky bounce at the back of the court.
In that last game, I hardly remember any long rallies like over the sort of 30-40 shot mark. They were probably like more 10-shot rallies, weren't they? Which is only going to favour Matt, isn't it?
Yeah, Michael really needs to try and time it out, put more work into his legs, and then Matt will start shooting from bad positions and make more unforced errors.
Yeah, because at the moment the rallies aren't getting long enough. He's not getting Matt in that sort of desperate position from sort of worse positions, having to go fire. At the moment, Matt's with the length of the rallies and with Michael playing loose, giving him the opportunities in the middle. It just means that Matt's happy to just wait his time. He knows he's going to get the loose ball, and then he can attack that instead of having to force it.
And Matt got a lucky bounce back, so I think we're even in this game for that. Another good serve.
Michael needs to volley the serve, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It's criminal not to volley the serve. That's one of the first things he would have learned as a junior, I'm sure.
Yeah, and it's very evident how good of an effect it has, good serve, because there's been quite a few points won, serve, poor return, finish the ball.
Yeah, that's what Matt's looking to do as well. I mean, he's a very skillful player, and I mean, the serve is a skillful shot if you can play it well. A lot of players don't necessarily think it's that skillful, but if it's played right, then as you saw from Matt, it just sets up the rally for him.
Yeah, exactly. Even if you don't win the point after the return of serve, it can really give you the command of the tee and put you in front of your opponent for the majority of a rally.
Jonah Barrington always coached with the importance of the serve, and I mean, he wasn't bad at squash, was he?
Just a bit above average, I'd say.
Yeah, any time you have your ball in the hand, so you have complete control of what's going to happen.
No excuse to hit a poor serve, really.
No, well, I'm not sure.
I think they might give a let on that one. It was a good shot, but maybe Michael would have got it.
Could be a stroke, to be honest, because it's not a great shot.
I think they've given let there, haven't they?
Yeah, I think let's probably fair, but Matt needs to be careful. If the ball is any less quality from him, then he's going to risk giving a stroke away, I think.
That was very fortunate. I think it would have been a winning shot if it was where he intended it to go, but...
Yeah, I don't think he quite meant for it to hit the side like that. It stayed very short, and Michael was obviously going to the back of the court thinking it was going a bit longer. Michael's done alright again in this game. It's sort of in this last game, he's hanging in there to about 5 or 6 all last game, and then Matt just came up with a couple of really good winners and just
Yeah,
edge of the game out.
He forced Michael into playing loose shots and then capitalised on it.
So it's going to be interesting to see if this time Michael can maybe stay with him a bit more. Maybe he's put a bit more work into him this game.
Yeah.
Or whether Matt's just got enough again to sort of pull away, get 3 or 4 in a row.
You could hear Michael getting frustrated on that last point.
Yeah, it's frustrating when you play Matt because the ball, his attacks are so tight that even when they're not winners, it's really difficult to put your own counter-attack in.
Oh, I think Michael was a bit lucky to get away with just the let. I'm not sure Matt could have swung on that shot.
No, it did come back into the middle a bit close to Michael, but I think they were going to want him to play the ball there because if Matt had just...
That was close.
If Matt had just played a little drop shot into the opposite corner, I don't think Michael was really anywhere.
Yeah, he didn't need such a big swing, did he?
No.
That was a good finish from Michael, though. Yeah, I think the longer this match goes on, the more we're going to see the points tally favouring Michael.
Yeah, you think so, but I mean, I did see Matt play he played the graded tournament that was held here a few weeks ago, and he actually had a really big 5-set match with his brother, who is also part of the Nottingham Uni team, but unfortunately he's injured today, so he's up in Manchester actually seeing a specialist about his injury. And
lovely finish from Michael.
He was 2-1 down, I think, and he actually, although he was maybe feeling it physically, he was still, the quality of his shots was still there, and he wasn't going for anything silly. He was just going for it when he had the opportunity, and he actually managed to turn it around, even though he was not looking perhaps the fitter of the two.
That's good. Means he kept his head. He's got good mental fortitude.
No, yeah, he's very mentally strong. Like, he's attacking, but he won't go for. He's got the racket skills to back it up.
Ooh, another good finish from Michael. He's hitting the mark currently. He's hit quite a few good winners in this game.
Yeah, that's what Michael needs to do a bit more of. Take it in with a bit more pace, a bit more safety, and just move Matt around a bit more.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to give him the front, but you also need to put a lot of work into his legs to reap the reward later on in the match.
It's a great volley from Matt. Up high, it's quite difficult actually to get the power and the control that he's just demonstrated there.
Yeah, and I think he needed it. Michael had got a good string of points together, and that was good to help Michael's momentum.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Michael can just close this one out, or if Matt can maybe just claw his way back. It's a good shot from the back there from Mike.
Matt's doing some good retrievals though.
He's getting the balls back.
Oh, it's unfortunate.
That's just one too many for him there.
Yeah, Michael's moving him all over the court. You could see he was a bit off balance.
He's struggling at the end there a bit, isn't he? It's not a great movement from Matt, but in that rally he was really well over the court.
And that was a sitter from Michael. I think Matt kind of knew, dollied it up, not too much pace, and let Michael shoot because he's more likely to make the errors than Matt will.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see if that error could be costly, to be honest, because
8-10 is definitely within Matt's grasp, isn't it?
Again, he needs to volley that serve. He's given Matt a boast up high again.
I think Matt's played that hard, low cross court from the front right a few too many times. Michael's waiting for it.
Yeah, he might need to start mixing it up a bit from the front corners, maybe using a triple boast. A bit like that.
That was a good drop shot. I'm not sure I meant to clip the side wall, but it took the pace off it.
Going for an Aussie boast there.
Do
I
you?
can't believe you're
That's the slowest Aussie boast I've ever seen in my life.
I can't believe you're suggesting he wasn't going for an Aussie boast there. He was clearly, he's lined that one up. I've seen him play that many a time.
What's that? Oh, apparently Matt's 1 quarter Australian. That must be why.
That must be why. Fun fact.
Yeah, fun fact. Only number 1 or 2 maybe of the day.
Oh dear, Matt's put a bit of a high drop shot there, but he's not.
Ah, that's out of court.
Oh, it was been called out of court.
We thought Matt got out of jail there, but he slapped it right out of court because Michael didn't put in a good drop shot.
Well, that is
1 game all.
Very close second game there, wasn't it?
Yeah, really, very close.
Really difficult to call which way it was going to go.
Michael was kind of ahead for most of that game, but
yeah.
You can never write Matt off, can you?
He played a great middle to end game, Michael, didn't he? But,
yeah.
But Matt got a good start, and then at the end he started to find some of his shots to the front. He started to find them again, which was good to see. But we'll see. I'm not sure what's going to happen in the next one, to be honest. Like I said, it's really difficult to call this one. whether Michael can just get that one extra shot back, or if Matt's going to find his quality and start putting the ball away a bit more.
I think we're going to go to a video now, so we'll see you in a minute. On court 6, Michael Andrews is just gone 2-love down to Nimbus 2000.
Interesting result there. So this match could be quite important then, whoever can win this one.
It is looking like it's going to prove crucial to the overall match score.
Well, obviously we won't write Mike off yet. He could still come back to win 3-2.
I'm not sure how tight his games were, but from my quick jog over, they didn't look like there was much hope for him.
Didn't look that good. Well, we'll have to wait and see if he can escape that one.
Matt really needs to get a good start to this game, because this game's going to be crucial. It might decide who wins the match.
Yeah, it could do, especially if someone gets some good momentum in this game, takes it quite comfortably. Then they'll be looking to finish it out.
Matt's come out of the traps quite quickly, hitting hard, which I'm not sure will favour him, but you never know. See how the match plays out.
No, he was looking good there and just made the error on the final shot, but it was the right shot to play, so Matt's always going to keep going for it. He knows that's his game. He's no sort of doubt in his game. He knows how he wants to play, and he's going to keep on playing like that. Yeah,
I'm just not sure putting pace on the ball is a good idea for him, because Michael's going to feed off that pace and keep the tempo high.
Yeah, I think perhaps maybe slowing the pace down, using a bit more hold to try and break up the movement, because the things with people like Michael and the other sort of top movers is that you can't really beat them with any pace.
They'll get everything back.
They're so quick that even if you're playing completely opposite corners, if you're playing at that sort of fast pace and not stopping and starting the movement, they're quick enough to get pretty much everything back unless it rolls.
Yeah. So not a good start here from Matt. He really needs to try and claw this back, or it could be lights out. Lucky bounce.
Got a lucky bounce.
Seen that time and time again today. Maybe the nick at the back of the court's been opened up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems to be a lot of people sort of overhitting their length slightly and getting a bit lucky.
Overhitting, or would you call it a perfect length?
Well, maybe they're aiming for it. Could be perfect. It's a lovely base there, really exposing the movement of Matt to the front of the court.
Yeah, a good boast could be very deadly against Matt. Weaker movers like myself do hate
that's an
the
outrageous
boast.
movement.
I can't believe he got that, Nick.
Look at that.
Such a big skid, he basically did a full split.
That is an outrageous movement to the front of the court.
And even though Matt only needed to hit that one above the tin, the pressure from Michael hitting that shot up.
Well, you say that, but he was charging. He got up at that split very quickly, and he was charging over.
Yep, Matt's hitting the errors now. Michael's put a bit of pressure on him, and you can tell it's forcing unforced errors. Forcing unforced errors, that's a funny phrase.
Michael looking very good in this game now. It's looking pretty difficult for Matt to get back into this. He's just kind of lost his length to the back of the court, hasn't he, and getting a bit picked off.
Yeah.
The rallies have got much shorter, but in favour of Michael's getting the opportunities quite easily.
That was one of your favourite shots, Nick, wasn't it? The cross-court nick about a foot away from the service line.
It was a bit short for me personally. I would be aiming a bit further back, but it was up high. It was quite nice. I like the jump, you know. didn't look like it was going in the nick, and then suddenly just rolled out of nowhere, really.
That is your speciality. You'd have thought if anybody was going to rattle away loads of quick points and get a quick lead would be Matt, not Michael, but it's funny how things work.
Exactly, but it seems to be helped by a few errors from Matt, really.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the game, well, and just now. At the beginning of the game, he made, 3 or 4 errors, I think, on pretty standard drop shots for him. And
you'd bank on him putting
that
those
just kind of
in.
gave Michael a lot of momentum in that game, and it's so difficult once they got that lead to sort of claw it back.
Yeah, that was a very quick game. I don't think anybody expected that.
No, that was really quick. That must have, I don't know how long that was, but it must have been very quick.
I'm going to say probably about 4 minutes.
Probably 4 minutes. It's quite different from the other 2 games, were both very close and very long.
Yeah.
Whereas that one was much quicker, so it was a bit strange, but I think Matt just made a few errors really, and it just kind of, from there, the momentum can just get away from you. And Michael just obviously upped his game a bit, getting a bit more used to the court. And then, a few errors helped him out, and then he just started getting the ball back a bit more, and really gave him more confidence. You got to really see how Michael likes to play in that game, whereas in the first game you saw how Matt wants to play. With
it was all about Matt, wasn't it?
It was all about Matt controlling and his attacking shots.
We're going to go to another video, so we'll see you in a moment.
Back in for the 4th game here. Michael's 2-1 up currently, and Oren, I believe, has got a score from the back court.
Yes, I think Michael Andrews, our 5th string player, was 9-4 up. Might have just taken that game. Not sure. I'm sure we'll hear it.
I heard some fairly big cheers, so he's possibly gone to 10-4 up. Matt really trying to get himself going at the beginning of this game.
He looks a little bit more up for it now, doesn't he? Got a bit dejected in that last game.
He really wants it, can't you?
Does he really want it?
He really wants it. You can see really trying to get himself going for this game. I think physically he should be fine, really. I mean, like I say,
they haven't been too long games.
It was
haven't taken too much out of him.
The first 2 games were quite lengthy, probably 10-15 minutes, but then
the pace wasn't too high, was it?
No, it wasn't. And the last game went very quickly. It was would have been pretty much a rest, given how quickly those rallies went.
Managed to keep that ball out of the tin.
Yeah, Matt just needs to. He keeps going for his attacking shots, which, like we say, that's his game down to a T. But he can't afford to make errors, especially on ones like that, which really should be not really that forced.
That was another good serve, weak return, finished the rally.
They need to be working on some of their return of serves, I think.
Yeah, I hope Rich has advised Matt to volley that serve.
Yeah, Matt does. He stands very far up actually, and always tries to volley, especially on the
pressure
serve.
on.
Yeah, he knows he has to. On this glass court, you really do have to.
You can hear Matt shouting at himself. He's frustrated losing that, but he's gonna keep fighting.
Yeah, I think Matt knows the importance. Obviously, all of these games are so close. Matt knows the importance this one could have. So he's in a good position as well. Like, he's definitely not out of this. He's in a fairly good position.
Just needs to keep those balls tight to the wall. That was a bit of a loose one into the middle, and Michael punished him.
4-2 to Michael now in this 4th game.
was a good kill that set up this rally. As soon as he hit that backhand kill, he was in complete control.
That's the forehand I'm talking about from Matt. He's just so accurate on it that you can't. I mean, even that, it wasn't even a terrible shot from Michael. Thought he's probably done quite well with that kill, but anything on Matt's forehand, he really can be lethal. And
yeah, Michael just gave him the angle, and Matt just kept that ball running away from Michael into the side wall.
Exactly, and he hits it with such power and
Same
accuracy.
Again. Anything loose on that forehand is almost game over for Michael.
He does generate so much power from a pretty similar swing that he can hit such a short drop shot with it. It's a real nightmare if you're trying to play him, because he's just got all the options.
He must have been watching a lot of Amish Shabana as a junior, trying to develop that technique. He was the same, could hit any shot from the same racket swing. It's a little bit better from Matt here. He's sort of found his base game, got the ball into the back nicely.
Yeah, he's getting a lot more play on his forehand actually. I'm not sure why. If I was Michael Matamore, I definitely wouldn't want to be. You see Michael's
yeah, it's a great rally from Matt.
Quite a lot.
Yeah, maybe that's because the pressure Matt's putting him on. Michael's kind of just reacting to it, doesn't have enough time to think about what he's
perhaps.
doing.
I mean, he definitely can't be thinking that he's going to out-hit Matt on that forehand side, because as you've seen, it's 3 rallies in a row, isn't it? That Matt's just hit a really quality forehand.
It's a stroke to Michael there. Matt couldn't clear out of the way. Michael had no opportunity to play that shot.
Yeah, Matt was just a bit too far outstretched, really. He couldn't quite control the ball at his full stretch.
Some better movement from Matt, though. He got onto that ball quite quickly. It was a decent shot from Michael.
Yeah, I don't think the physicality is quite in it yet. Like I say, last game was very quick, so...
That's a good get from Matt. Tight.
It's a good play on the forehand from Michael this time.
He's not shying away from the forehand. He's hitting lovely lines, rolling it into the side wall.
He has won that rally, but like I say, I don't think that's the right tactic for him, because you've seen Matt's already hit 3 or 4 winners. He's won like 3 or 4 of his points this game have come from that side, and just hitting basic.
That may be a shoulder to the face from unintentionally.
Yeah, he's given quite a big body movement. I'm not sure what, is that a stroke?
I'm not sure, but Matt was really trying to stay close to the tee. He was stretched out far, hit a bit of a poor shot, so I think he might be a bit lucky to get away with just a let.
Not sure. I'm not sure what the decision was there. But yeah, nothing intentional from Matt, obviously. He's just
lovely length from Matt.
Big couple of points here, really, at 6-7. Matt can't afford to give anything away at this stage, because a couple of points could really be the difference now. Oh,
you really can't be doing with errors like that.
Well, it's commentator's curse, isn't it, Oren? Just as I say, you can't afford to be making errors.
Earlier you were so good, you were actually predicting the future.
I was a bit of an oracle earlier, but yeah, it's a bit of a commentator's curse that time. I just said he can't make any errors, and he's absolutely thumped the kill into the tin.
And another...
He's getting moved around the court there, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just trying to take things when he's a little bit stretched too far. You could see there was at the end of his range. Didn't have enough control over that shot.
(9-6) to Michael now, so it's really run away from Matt a bit here at the end of this game. 10-6 match ball to Michael.
Yeah, Michael's been moving Matt around the front of the court quite well.
Yeah,
Matt's looking a little bit laboured.
Just took Michael a bit of time to get used to this glass court
and figure out what he needs to do against Matt.
Yeah,
because at the beginning Matt was finishing opportunities similar to that, but Michael's kept plugging away, kept moving him, and then the opportunities get better and better as the match goes on. Stroke to Matt there, but it's looking like it might be too little, too late. Still 3 points for Michael to take the match.
Well, Matt's going to keep going. He's going to keep playing his squash, but it's going to be hard for him to win 3 points in a row against Michael the way he's playing. Michael doesn't look, after that hit, he doesn't look great, so I'm not sure.
Oh dear. I wonder what's wrong with him.
I'm not sure if he's got a possible injury.
I wonder what happened there. Did he hit Michael?
I think he's just completely mishit it, and I think he's given a no-let because
Michael wasn't ready to play it.
Michael was not ready to play it. And Michael looked a bit, something happened there, and he wasn't moving very well during that rally.
And he bent over double in the middle of the rally as well.
I'm not sure if he's hurt his leg or something, but I mean, match 3 needs to be careful.
That was a powerful movement from Michael.
Matt just needs to try and keep his rallies going as long as possible.
Oh, these two are really feeling it. Yeah, Michael's grabbing his calf. Maybe he's got a bit of a dead calf, or maybe
I'm not
some
sure what
contact
happened,
there.
but he definitely wasn't moving. I think Matt slightly knocked him.
He's got a bit of a dead calf, maybe.
But I mean, it's a really good opportunity for Matt to try and get back into this if he can get into this.
He can't swing at that.
I think it's probably a let because the ball's gone quite far to the back.
Yeah, okay.
If it had landed a bit shorter, then.
Come on, Matt. Matt's really fired up here. He's played quite an unbelievable 3 points. He's getting everything back.
He's suddenly, well, if he could have been playing like this from the beginning, then it could be 3-love by now. But I mean,
maybe. Oh, that's a good return to serve for Michael. Michael can hardly stand up.
I mean, Matt really just needs to keep the rallies going because Michael looks like he's really struggling to walk. I think he's only playing on because, you know, he's 2-1 up, match ball up, so he's probably thinking that he can just.
If Matt takes us into a 5th, Michael might have to pull out or something.
Exactly. You certainly feel like Michael's in a lot of trouble, really.
Michael's shooting at almost every opportunity. That is a good shot.
It's a big point for Michael at the end. He looked like he was moving much better in that rally, so hopefully he's not seriously injured.
What's Michael done? That's a bit of maybe a bit of an upset.
Well, I don't. It was pretty 50-50. I would have given Matt the slight edge because it was on the glass, but I'm sure in their overall head-to-head it's pretty 50-50. Hopefully Michael is okay. It looked quite bad at some points, but then once he got going in that last rally, he looked like he was moving fine, really. So I don't think it'll be that serious. Possibly just a bit of a dead leg, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably not pulled anything. Otherwise, he might have taken an injury break.
Maybe just a bit of a strain or something. We've just heard that Michael Andrews versus Nimbus 2000 on court 6 has just gone to 2-all. So Michael's clawed that one back from 2-love down.
That is a great turnaround from Mike there, and he's gonna. I mean, we're gonna need it after this result here.
Yeah, we really need Mike to try and take that match.
2-love down straight away, do we? Again, a replay of the end of that game. So I believe the next match on court is going to be
Owen Taylor
versus Stuart McGregor.
Owen is as we said, plays for Wales. He likes to have a high-paced game, a lot of hard hitting, keep the intensity high. And Stuart's a really physical player, very fit, gets a lot of balls back, makes it hard for your opponent to win a rally. So it should make for a good contrast.
Yeah, it's a similar matchup again. Similar matchup again from the last one, where Owen is a really good shot player, unbelievable racket skills. Also, for someone his size, he's very tall.
He moves quite well.
Very well. For
quite powerful and quick to the front of the court.
Oh, he had with his body type, he really has to be that kind of mover.
Like,
he's not going to be like Stuart, who can keep running around all over the court for 90 minutes, 2 hours.
no, he's not going to be able to. He needs to be a more powerful, explosive athlete because of his body type. But that's the thing about squash, is that
you can be any body type and still
exactly.
play.
I mean, the two of us commentating are complete opposites.
We're just about to go to a short video, so we'll be back in a moment.
The University of Nottingham Sports Injury Clinic. We offer hydrotherapy, physiotherapy and sports massage to all members of the general public and to students here at the university.
We have a state-of-the-art facility with 5 private consultation rooms. We have an open rehab space where we can cater to the individual as well as group rehab sessions, and besides that we have a hydrotherapy pool as well as a plunge pool where we can cater to the individual or cater to groups or teams.
Typically getting people with all sorts of injury, mostly consisting of musculoskeletal injuries. That tends to be either through sport or through just general demands of daily living.
The hydrotherapy pool is a warm pool where we can do individual rehab as well as group rehab sessions. The water is warm and therefore moving in water will make any pains, it makes moving easier than it would be on land. The plunge pool is a cold pool that we have next to the hydrotherapy pool. It's currently around set about 10 degrees. We use that predominantly with our sports teams as a recovery, so they go in after they've had a match or a hard week of training. Whether you have a small niggle or a long-term injury or a chronic injury, we have a specialist team of qualified staff as well as trainees in clinic that will be able to help you on your journey, whether that is back to professional sport, back to work or back to day-to-day life. We are here to help you.
I'm getting involved in Men's Health Active because I think that taking part in sports gives you a natural high and it's good for your mental well-being.
I'm getting involved in Men's Health Active because it's a fun way to keep fit and get to know people.
I'm getting involved in Men's Health Active for stress relief and to be part of the wider community.
I'm a part of Men's Health Active because it's a good way to maintain my mental health and it's a good way to meet new people.
I'm getting involved with Men's Health Active because after a long day at uni I like to de-stress and meet new people and make new friends.
I'm getting involved in the Men's Health Active programme, supporting the health and well-being of our male students. I'll be leading on the Headstrong programme, which will be doing weightlifting exercises in the high performance zone.
I'm getting involved with Men's Health Active because I want to get out of the library, I want to get a de-stress on, get a blow on and have a little bit of laugh with a few new people.
I want to be a part of Men's Health Active because I want to inspire people to help themselves.
I think you should get involved in Men's Health Active for all the reasons just mentioned. It's a really fantastic way to look after your general health and well-being.
Hello, Sam. Nick's just gone off to watch some of the other matches, so you're joining me for this one.
He's always slacking, isn't he, on his work?
Lovely little slacker. As we were just saying before we finished, we were talking about different body types and how they move on court. So you won't be able to see until Stu steps on court. But Owen's tall. He's about 6'2", 6'3". Strong legs. He's an explosive mover.
He is a unit.
He is a unit. It's similar to myself, although I'm a slight amount heavier than him, and quite a lot less explosive.
I don't know about that. You pick up some incredible boasts. I've seen you. I've seen you running around the court.
Owen's playing Stuart McGregor from Yorkshire. Owen himself is from Essex but plays for Wales.
Just found out, sorry to interrupt, Oran, that Michael Andrews has won in 5 games.
That's unreal. What a performance, Michael. 2 games to love down.
He's pulled one out of the bag for the University of Nottingham there.
That's a huge result.
Score in the... in the 5th.
Yeah, Michael Andrews put in a huge shift, big old choppy chop in the 5th, about 11-3 or 11-4, something like that. So
4th game was similar. I caught the end of the 4th game. That was 5 or 6.
Must have worked out Mr. Nimbus 2000 now to play him.
Put some work into his tiny legs, I reckon.
I reckon so. So it's the same when playing big shout out Jason McAnally.
Oh, Mr. Little Legs.
Little Legs himself. We love Jason. We love Jason. Good lad. He's brought a few mates down to come watch the squash. That's what we like to see. Hashtag Road to Nottingham. 2 weeks time, Big BUCS Wednesday.
Absolutely. Hopefully even bigger crowds than today. It's been great so far.
Oh yeah, I think squash is a great one to watch, and because the University of Nottingham usually have a good interest with a team in the final, so if the men manage to get through, I'm sure we'll have a lovely big crowd. Everyone's coming down to watch that.
Absolutely. I think Michael Mattimore from Birmingham, his last match, his electric movement there once he got warmed up after the first game. Hopefully that put on a real show for the crowds.
Oh yeah, definitely. Do you know? Did he watch it? He looked like he was pulling up with some sort of sore calf or something. Did you manage to see?
I was jumping between the 2 courts. I did notice that. I think he pulled it with cramp. So a
little bit of cramp. Oh, okay.
I think so. At first I thought it was his quad. The first time he was touching his quad, but it was definitely his calf. Definitely his calf in the end, I thought. Meg Thomas here, our medical. Our medical team there saying it's definitely cramp, giving her expert insight on the end of the match. So Owen just knocking up here, waiting for Stuart to get on court.
I think he needs to. Owen's going to put a lot of work into his legs in this match.
So I don't know the score last time they played. Trying to remember, did they play individuals?
Yeah,
so Stu has been injured recently, which might also be why he's warming up extensively.
Our medical and results expert Meg Thomas is saying that they did indeed play individuals.
She has got a large bank of knowledge.
Stuart pulled out.
Okay, that's interesting. So Owen lost 3-1 in the first match they played in the leagues, but then I guess Stuart didn't play in the second one, so Owen won his match 3-0 against Birmingham.
Owen is going to be hungry for revenge today then.
He's always hungry.
He is always hungry. That's what happens when you're 94 kilograms.
Yeah, OT deadlifts a fair amount. He's a big boy.
He does indeed. Yeah, looks like he's had a fresh trim. He's lost some weight on the top there.
Oh yeah, definitely. I notice he takes these matches very seriously. He's got to look his best. It's like a Premier League footballer.
See, well, aesthetics is a huge part of the game.
That's why he's wearing some lovely green University of Nottingham kit, black socks and some grey and orange shoes. Let's hope his feet aren't bothering him, like we saw in the
nationals.
In the national qualifying.
I forgot about that.
He borrowed a pair of my own very shoes.
He did borrow a pair of your shoes. He was doing great until he changed into them.
Yeah, it's fair to say he did perform quite a bit worse since he changed shoes. He just started. He started complaining some. He got a sore foot. He got a sore foot. Not sure what happened. A bit.
Well, Meg Thomas is begging to get in here, so
Sam, why don't you ask Meg how her match went? Because she was the sole victor from the women's match earlier.
Yeah, we'll get a little insight from Meg.
Ooh.
Meg, nice to have you in the commentary booth here. Hopefully you can contain your excitement. You look absolutely ecstatic to be here. She's giggling away. She's got to fit the giggles. Compose yourself, Meg.
Right, okay, I'm ready.
So, could you give us a little bit of insight into your match earlier today? What do you feel went well? Obviously, you won in 4 games.
Yep.
What was going on in that first game? You were pulling ahead, and then you just really looked like you were struggling a little bit in the back end.
Yeah, I played Catherine in the finals weekend, and I won through love. It was quite comfortable last time, and I knew I was going to win again today, but I knew I'd be a bit nervous, and I knew this, but I was still getting irritated at myself. And it was like 7-1 up in the first game, and then lost 11-7 or 11-8.
Let a few points go in the back end. But you
Was it
recovered
really?
well.
In the back end or the backhand?
The back end.
Oh yeah, the back end, yeah.
Probably the backhand as well. After losing that many points, surely some of them were on that side.
Yep.
But you came back.
I came back. Rich gave me a little talking to and told me there was nothing I was doing wrong. I just needed to be positive and hit a better length. And then I just come together. It would come together.
Perfect.
Yep.
Great for you to get a win on the box.
The only win today.
She said that a few times, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. I've heard her down by the back courts telling everyone how she was the only winner from the girls' team.
No, I had an interview with the UN sport lady. She for solely being the only winner.
Oh, so
you're second.
We're second best, all right.
You are second best. Just Owen's having a long solo here.
He is. Do you have any predictions for this match? Owen and Stuart McGregor, obviously, you know both the players a little bit from the circuit.
I'm assuming, from what I've heard, Stuart's a bit injured, so Owen has a really good chance.
Owen's got you've heard it here first. Owen has a really good chance today. Hopefully you haven't put the kibosh on things there, Meg.
I really hope so. I know he can do it.
You know he can do it.
I know he can do it.
So do we. Owen he's an amazing player. He's very professional.
He is.
Not only because he is a professional, just his demeanour on court.
It's very nice.
He wouldn't be showing his frustration like you were.
Yes, I do tend to be very vocal.
Do you have anything else to say about your match or any of the other girls' matches today that you saw?
Everyone played really well. We were just unlucky today. We've actually beaten Edinburgh and Birmingham. We beat Birmingham in the first weekend and then lost to them in the second weekend. We beat Edinburgh in the second weekend and lost to them today. So we're just losing when it matters.
So it's been a little bit up and down.
Yeah.
I think all 3 of you guys, though, you all got really strong teams with a lot of depth this year.
Yeah, well, obviously our team lost 4 out of 5 last year, so we're a bit weaker. Just missing, if we'd had one more, to push us all down a bit, would have been nice. But next year we've got quite a few scholars coming, so it's quite nice.
Brilliant, there we go. Hopefully next year, big title push. Well, thank you very much.
No question about it.
Thank you very much for joining us, Meg. Enjoy the rest of your day.
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen, the star commentator, the one you're all here to listen to.
Welcome back, Oran.
So I was interesting coming from Meg. She was good length was what she was focusing on, which I think we identified. She started off well and then lost it a little bit. And Catherine was after some hard hitting play, and when she hit the middle of the court, it made it a little bit easier.
Absolutely. Well, we've talked plenty about how well this court takes a good tight length just to set up an opportunity for you to take the ball in, so that's what Meg needed to work on.
Yes, exactly. Stuart McGregor still nowhere to be seen. I wonder how much longer he has before he's going to have to forfeit the match.
Not sure. It's 5+5 now. He's proper Nick Matthew warm-up for any of the squash enthusiasts out there who know 10-time British champion Nick Matthew.
He's taken so long. We're going to go to a short video, so we'll see you in a mo. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We found out apparently Stuart was just re-gripping a racket. It was nothing to do with his injury that he may or may not have. Is that a bit of mud on the back of his calf, or is that a tattoo, Sam? Do you know?
That is a tattoo, I know for certain.
Do you know what it's of?
What is it? I think it could be a lion, you know.
Stuart the Lion.
He's had it for a while. I think he got it when he was 18 or 19. I remember him at a junior tournament potentially with that.
Maybe it's to do with his Scottish heritage. It could be the Lion rampant maybe on the flag of the Royals of Scotland.
Birmingham University.
Could be a Birmingham Lion, but
I don't think so. I think he got it before, pre-Birmingham Uni.
I do remember. I think when I was about 13 or 14, he was at a Welsh Junior Open, but it was under Scotland. It wasn't under Yorkshire. I'm not sure why. Maybe that was an error in their seedings, but
maybe he thought it would seed him higher if he came in as the Scottish #1 rather than like the English #3.
And maybe he's got an avidly Scottish dad. My dad would love me to have been playing under Scotland rather than England, but
his dad looks very Scottish.
And I'm sure with a name like Stuart spelt with a UA and McGregor, he is extremely Scottish. But obviously, actually from Yorkshire. He's changed racket since last I saw him. Last I knew, he was playing with a Dunlop traditional head racket, more similar to the one Owen Taylor's playing with.
Yeah, two of the older roundhead racket players here. Most people opting for the teardrop nowadays.
Well, that's what I was saying. Stuart's got a teardrop.
He does. Well, he's switched very recently then, I think.
Ah, okay. I wondered how recent it was.
Sorry, I was a little bit distracted there.
Daydreaming.
It's my fault.
Probably just going over that interview you just had. You seem quite starstruck, you know, Nottingham's only female winner today.
Yeah, well, what can you do in the presence of greatness such as Meg Thomas? I was indeed starstruck. I actually had a lovely chat with Grace Clark's mum,
Oh, did you? I saw. Was that waiting for your panini?
I was waiting for my panini. She was waiting for her latte in the cafe, and we had a lovely chat about all things squash.
She's a lovely lady, Grace's mum.
She is a lovely lady. She loves a chat. She's stopped me a few times now. We've had a.
Didn't you? You had quite a good result against Grace's sister. Are they twins?
They are twins, actually. Grace Clark and Polly Clark. She has a sister, same age, obviously, as a twin.
Polly's playing on the pro circuit now, though, isn't she?
She's taken a year out. She's playing pro at the moment.
And I heard you bageled Polly in a game recently in Yorkshire League.
Well, I don't think we need to talk about that.
But you know what we do need to talk about, Sam? I heard that you once played Stuart McGregor, actually. He was you were playing anything, he was playing only straight drives. Can you tell me how that one went?
Yeah, so this is a long time ago. I was maybe 14.
I don't think it's long enough ago, if I'm honest.
It was early in my career. We were down at Harrogate, or up at Harrogate from here, down from me back home. And we were at a little training camp with Robbie Burnett. Big shout out, South African man. He's a
big
lovely guy.
Robbie Burnett.
Coaches at Ilkley Squash Club. And he was running a little training camp. Me and Stuart were there. We were finishing off the day with a few condition games, and like you say, at this time Stuart was like 1 in England, 2 in England under 19s. He was a pretty quality player.
Still is.
Yeah, I turned up, pretty not quality player. And Stuart could only hit straight drives, so only straight and only to the back of the court. I could do absolutely anything I wanted. And in probably less than 4 minutes, he bageled me and I didn't win a single point. I lost 11-love. I got absolutely chopped.
That's just a sort of gives you an idea of Stuart's quality, I think. There's nothing on you, Sam.
Or maybe an idea of mine. Hopefully he plays the best squash of his life today and does me justice. Hopefully Owen plays even better.
It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years coming, but he will finally do you justice, Sam.
Absolutely. So there you go. There's a little insight into Stuart's standard. He bagels me when he can only hit 1 shot. I also, at the same training camp earlier in the day, saw him hit possibly the most unbelievable shot I've ever seen to date, on TV or in person. He hit a corkscrew lob out the front that had so much spin on it, it ended up rolling glued to the back wall horizontally across the court.
Now that is a dreamy shot. I wish I was there to see it.
If there's any squash fans out there who can imagine what that's like, but I'll tell you what, it was not easy to get back. I don't even think I hit the ball. All I got was a frame full of the back wall and probably a broken racket.
There is a player at my club who's unfortunately quite injury laden, but big shout out to Carl Ellsby. He's got some of the best hands I've ever seen. On a doubles court, he whips out the corkscrew serve every single time, and no joke, he will basically hit that exact shot you've described on almost every serve. I'm 6'3", and I'll jump and try and return that serve, not jump high enough, and it'll just roll on the back wall.
And that's a corkscrew lob serve.
Exactly.
That is joke hands. So we're just hearing here, Kyle is 1 love up against the Egyptian number 3 string from Birmingham.
Is that Mohamed El Shami?
It is indeed. He's taken the first game, which is
and that's at number 3.
Excellent news.
That is great news. If Kyle can clinch that one, that definitely takes some pressure off Owain now and then Adam in the next match. If we do manage to take that tie, putting us 2-1 up in matches.
About to kick off now.
Be interesting to see how Stu's movement is, because obviously his movement's one of his better weapons, and if he's been injured recently, he could be not quite up to speed with that.
He's a physical machine, isn't he? There's no other way to put it. He's a beast.
But he's not a beast from the east, unfortunately. Hopefully Owen will know that he's been injured and will be looking to expose his movement at any opportunity.
Yeah, he's a clever tactical player, is Owen. Very good with the ball. So these guys have met quite a few times in the past, so
they know their games pretty well.
Absolutely.
It's a lovely kill start off the game from Owen.
Tight and low down the backhand side. Forehand side.
Still starstruck, Sam.
Still starstruck. All I can see is Meg Thomas.
I was going to say it might be at the prospect of having a little interview with Owen after his match, but we'll just have to confirm that with Owen yet.
Well, imagine what I'll be like if we get Owen up here. Going to be falling off my chair, I think.
I'll hold you up, Sam, don't worry.
You always do. So I think for sure here, in this game and the next one, we're going to see some huge rally extensions that we haven't been used to so far.
Ooh, that's unfortunate. Owen just clipped Stuart in his swing, so that's a stroke because Stuart prevented Owen hitting his ball.
Well explained.
Quite unfortunate. You see a lot of time. Well, I think it's unfortunate. You see a lot of time in the pro game. They give lets for stuff like that. Even if, well, they give lets when the ball goes up and a stroke if the ball goes down, which I personally think is wrong. I think they should give strokes anytime you hit your opponent.
Well, I think it's also decided on whether they think you're in a winning position and
how much your shot was affected.
Quite how much your shot was affected, exactly. If you just clip them, you know, and you just don't quite catch it right, I think that is usually the grounds for a let ball, isn't it? I can definitely see where you're coming from. If you've hit your opponent at any point in your swing and they're in the way, that should be your point, really.
As you mentioned, Sam, some more lengthy rallies than what we've seen so far in the day.
Definitely, these boys have had some huge matches in the past, definitely up there, looking at the 80-90 minute mark. Maybe not quite so long on the glass court, but if you get them on the back courts,
they'll go forever.
They will go forever. It's just once you get to this level, you know, and they can play the ball great, but when you can read the game and move like these guys do, it's just so hard to finish the ball off.
You said that just as Stuart misread Owen's shot. Commentator's curse, but keep saying that, because if Stu's going the wrong way, that's all good news for us.
Exactly, as long as it's the right player who's on the end of my misfortune.
Oh, we've seen quite a lot of backcourt necks today. Almost had another one.
Some would call that the perfect length.
So as you can see, I was mentioning about their size differences. Stu's not a small man, he's probably about 6 foot, but Owen does look a decent amount larger than him. And that's not saying that Owen's an over large boy, he's just that's just how he's built. Like I won't say it, I almost said it on PSL, but begins with brick and ends in house.
I'd say that's probably accurate.
It was a good adjustment from Stuart there. An awkward ball spraying out into the middle, but he got his racket on it well and hit a half decent shot.
It's fast and furious to start off. A lot of balls are on the mid-court.
I am eager to see if Stuart pulls up with anything injury-wise. We are only at the beginning of the game, but you never know. Sometimes a rocky movement could hurt him.
Yeah, well, there was a few errors at the start of this game, but they're really settling into it with this rally. Looks like we could be in for a treat here.
I definitely think so. Hopefully we'll get some more news about Kyle Finch's match versus Mohamed El Shami. That was a lovely cross-court fading away from Stuart there, wasn't it?
It was. He's hit a beautiful line. That's actually a lot harder than it looks to get that shot fading away from your opponent. Like
yeah, you really need to keep it off the side wall, but wide enough so they can't get it back easily.
I'm not sure if you can see there, but just on the side wall is Robert Downer.
Oh, Robert Downey is he's moved to Nottingham the last. He's been here about a year or so, hasn't he?
He has, yeah, a little bit of time, and
sort of a top 150 pro player.
I think he's up there around 120 in the world at the moment. He doesn't study at the university, but I've heard rumours that we're looking to maybe get him in.
Are we next year?
I've heard rumours.
That would be very good. He could do very good things at uni, being he'd probably be the number one, because I think Owen and Adam are in their final years at university. Adam's in his 3rd year. Owen's in his 5th, because he's done a normal 3-year degree and he's done a part-time masters, which takes 2 years rather than the regular one.
Yeah,
that's a good shot from Stuart though. Just trying to check the score there, make sure I've got it all correct.
Struggling to hear the score. I think, is Jaden still refereeing these matches, RMC, Jaden Goff? I think he is.
Yeah, I think he is too.
He's ditched the microphone for this one. It's making him quite difficult to hear. I think he's given a let ball there.
I think he might have given a no-let, actually.
Surely not. That can't be a no-let.
I think a let was a fair call. I thought Owen was out the way.
So do I. Stuart just claiming that he hit him on his backswing in his racket preparation there, thinking he deserves a stroke.
I didn't see that, but it did happen very quickly. Could easily have missed it.
That could have been painful.
Yeah. Stuart really should have moved over a little bit, I think. Owen could have been able to play a straight off cross-court drive, but Stuart might have been infringing on that possibility.
Owen is he's a hard hitter of the ball, and not sure if you guys can really tell from the TV here, but when he's winding up and giving it a big whack on his forehand, that ball's going about 160 miles an hour. Up
yeah,
there
very
at 160 miles an hour.
You would not want that going in your calf.
And I can tell you, yeah, it does not feel good if you get pinged in the back of the calf. That tattoo would have been straight off.
Oh yeah, burn right off. Cheap alternative to laser removal. I'm sure Owen would only be happy to oblige to some poor tattoo removing.
It's just out of court there, Stuart.
Good pressure from Stuart.
Stayed very short.
He's making Owen get down nice and low, which is hard for a taller person.
I've corrected the score. It's now 4-all.
Very nice.
Strained my ears. Used my hearing.
Doesn't get any tighter. Love all 4-all.
You need to wait till you can whip that one out. It'd be nice to hear the crowd getting behind the players a little bit more.
It would be. We need someone to G them up. We are only at the beginning of the match, so when it gets a bit close to squeaky bum time, we might get more.
We might do. Oh, big splits from Stuart there. Owen's just rolled that in along the sidewall. Look at the movement, was electric onto this post.
What a gut wrencher! Did he even get that one?
I think he just clawed it up. His ankle didn't look like it was too happy.
Do you know what injury he actually had?
I don't know.
That's a clever shot.
Oh wow.
9 times out of 10 you'd expect him to drill that one hard and low on the forehand side, but he opted for the boast. No one was expecting it.
It takes so much skill. Look at the ball fading into the sidewall join there.
Yeah, it's very hard to get that second bounce landing exactly on the sidewall.
To hit it that hard from that high and have it fading away.
It takes a lot of strength.
Shows real skill, real strength.
It's another tight drop shot again from Owen, setting up the rally.
The pace is really high here. He's got Stuart on the back end of a lot of work.
And there's another lovely boast.
He's just doing diagonals.
No, he didn't get that, did he?
It looked like it came up off the
floor.
Or the floor.
Yeah, I was going to say, or a bit of a scoop or something. That was a very good rally from Owen, though.
It was. A lot of traffic issues through the middle, but Stuart can't really complain. He was creating the interference himself.
Yeah, he knew he had to play that because he was also on the back end of the rally. If he'd have stopped and asked, he would have risked getting a no-let.
Yeah, absolutely. He did the right thing and did well to play through it. It's what we like to see. Free-flowing squash.
Owen using that boast very well to jump on the volley next. A bit of a Simon Rosner tactic.
Yeah, he's Simon Rosner-esque here in his style and his size.
Yeah, hard-hitting, powerful movement.
Hard, powerful lines, but a real defensive touch when he wants it in the front of the court.
Exactly.
What's been given there? Is that
I think they gave a let, yeah.
Sound like a let ball. So, not sure about that.
I'm not sure, but I can see why they give them as let sometimes, because it was a bit awkward, kind of close to the body of Stuart, so even though his swing might have been near Owen, maybe the ball was a bit closer to him than he thought.
It was, yeah.
Oh, that's a poor error from Owen. He won't be wanting to make any of those.
Straight in the middle of the tin.
He's
Still
better than that.
A healthy lead, 2 points at 7-5.
Exactly. Yeah, at this kind of level, it's not all too common for players to get too big a run of points because everyone they play has got such good quality. They're going to play a good rally every couple of rallies. So
yeah. So from what you've seen earlier, where we said
that is a great finishing shot from Owen.
That is a great finish.
He got himself out a little bit of a pickle there with that great get you've just seen now. Lovely lob.
He used the height so well.
Exactly. Turned defence into attack, didn't he?
He did.
It's a very hard thing to do, as any of you who've played squash will know.
So some of you guys, from what you've seen before, maybe what you've played at home, scorelines like 11-7, 11-8, you might think that's relatively tight, but at this level, 11-7 is a very comfortable scoreline to win by.
Yeah, a 4 point difference feels like a lot because each rally lasts long and takes that much out of you. 4 points feels like a lot.
Exactly.
So well played by Owen. He's really controlling the last few rallies, hitting some lovely lines and got Stu running around him while he's on the tee.
He really does. Oh, he's beautiful.
No, that was a double bounce.
Stuart thinks it was good. He's dropped his racket.
I thought he'd even given up, and then when he saw Owen was going to play the next ball, kind of went for it again.
Yeah, so did I. He kind of just stopped in the front of the court, didn't he?
Maybe it's just because it was a hard movement to get out of.
Yeah. Or he thought his shot quality wouldn't be quite so good, knowing it would have been finishing him off already.
Exactly. I was convinced that was a double bounce, even though Stuart's contesting it.
So was I.
Oh, the crowd looking a little bit more scarce than usual. We've got a few people up on the balcony, but that might just be because people have gone over to court 6 to watch Kyle's match.
Yeah, I think Kyle will be having a really high quality match over there. Both of those guys really love to play their shots, play confident attacking squash, and that will create some real exciting stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Mohammed Al-Shami is Egyptian, known for their flair on the squash courts, and Kyle also loves to express himself.
That is sure.
Ooh,
he's gone for the big one.
He did go for it. It wasn't far off either. Top of the tin.
As we were saying, very Simon Mosner-esque. Off the floor. Goes for the big slam dunk.
Yeah, he didn't. Don't think he could have hit it any harder, could he, Sam?
He could have tried. And he's big power game.
Powerhouse. Probably fuels up on a lot of OTs himself in the morning. Sorry, Owen. If you ever listen to that, you'll hate me. Nah, he's Yorkered him there for you cricket fans. Ball bounced right at his feet. Very hard to hit.
Talking about cricket, when Ali was playing on the glass courts for the girls, every time someone shot a come on Ali, all I could think of was Moeen Ali. That's all I had in my head.
Great batsman for England.
One of the best beards in the game, I'd say.
And that's coming from you, Sam. You've got quite a strong beard yourself.
You do flatter me.
7-9 here, and still got a 2 point lead.
Yeah, a little cushion.
Owen loves a little cushion. Owen's like lightning onto that forehand volley, isn't he? He's stretching across very well and hitting a lovely line to the back of the court.
He's playing with a great deal of purpose today. He really knows what he wants to do, and he's got a game plan, and he knows how to implement it.
Yeah, exactly. And his length to the back of the court has been very good, especially when he's in attacking positions.
It's been impeccable. He's played on this court a lot, hasn't he? He really knows, the kind of height and the kind of pace that he needs to hit at.
Yeah, exactly.
To hit the ball through, but to have it dying and make it really tough for Stuart. Like that. Oh,
how has he got that back?
How has he got that back?
I love that Owen went for the Mizuki. For those of you who didn't know, you probably saw what happened. It's called a Mizuki. Hisham Ashur, Rami Ashur's brother, invented it.
The inside out.
The inside out, exactly. I'm an avid fan of that shot. I'll play at any opportunity.
You love it. You love hitting the tin with it.
Yeah, it is definitely I got about 30% chance conversion rate.
Those are good odds.
They are good odds, because when it comes off, it feels... You forget all the other ones that have gone down.
It's a real crowd pleaser, that's for sure.
Well, the crowd of maybe you, Nick and Will, the only ones that I'm playing with.
It's a poor error there from Stuart. Normally you'd expect him to be really solid in the back end of the game.
You would, but maybe that was from the pressure Owen had been putting on him. He'd been moving very well throughout the game, so he knew it had to be inch perfect. And sadly was just a little bit low.
Meg Thomas jogging across court there. Going to go get a word in.
I'm sure she is. She's as we said earlier, she knows a bit of everything about squash. Hopefully she's imparting wisdom onto Owen, and hopefully we'll also find out the score of Carl Finch's match. I'll be back in a sec with that.
It was good to hear Meg sounding a little bit better when she was on air with us a second ago. I trained with her earlier in the week. Sorry, late last week even, and she was quite unwell. She was really struggling with a cold and a sore throat. She seems to have recovered though. Hopefully hasn't infected the rest of us. There's Michael Andrews, bottom of screen. We're going to take a quick video break now.
And we're back again, just with the news that Carl Finch has won his match against Mohamed El Shami 3-0, which puts Nottingham 2-1 up.
That was quick. He's got the scissors out there.
He has done a huge Choppington, or for the more upmarket members of the crowd, a Snippington.
That's a new one for me. I don't think I've heard that before.
Oh, that's a wicked boast from Owen. He's putting a good amount of work into Stuart's legs. He's not afraid to give him the front of the court, even with Stuart's speed.
He's just looking so comfortable and so confident today. This is some of the best squash I've seen Owen play for quite a while there.
He is playing very well. Did he give that a stroke?
I think he did, yeah, from Stuart's reaction. It's set up so high, I don't think Stuart can complain there.
It did, but it was also quite tight, so maybe that's why he's thinking he's unfortunate.
He's just not cleared quick enough, has he?
No.
He got himself stuck in the front. Owen would have powered that past him.
Yeah, usually as a sort of a club player, you like to be rewarded for the tight balls you get gluing down the wall, but at this level, you know, professional players, they get everything off the sidewalls really.
Just a little bit of frame, maybe a little bit of top spin in there is my technique. That's what I usually go for.
Owen could have got a stroke there if he just stopped and played it.
Playing through the interference, but it makes for enjoyable viewing.
It does. We don't like to see lots of stop-start with strokes.
We don't, no.
There's a good counter drop.
Oh, there is. I'm spying Birmingham's coach, so they've not done an Edinburgh. They've brought John Tate down today.
Oh, Johnny Tate.
Old Johnny Tate.
Oh, in the reflection
of the glass. I'm eagle-eyed. He's sat with Jan.
Not in the reflection of his bald head.
No, not that one, although it is quite shiny.
Nice to know he keeps it moisturised.
I believe he polishes it.
turtle wax.
I've seen him in the changing rooms getting his wax out. That's
Big stroke.
Yeah.
Owen's putting a lot of pressure on Stu. Stu doesn't look comfortable at all.
I actually heard he gets it professionally polished at his local car wash.
Oh, does he? That is I mean, the amount of times he probably has to get it polished, I'm surprised he doesn't have some kind of sponsorship for the University of Birmingham lads.
Maybe they do. But very experienced coach, John Tate. Surprisingly enough, quite friendly with our very own Meg Thomas, who seems to know everything about everyone. That is a beautiful finish.
It was a beautiful finish, right into the nick.
Very Nick Harbour-esque, hitting the nick, but quite deep into the court.
Yeah, there was one in the Michael Matamor match that landed about a foot in front of the half-court line, but for Nick that wasn't long enough.
Come a point behind. I think it's 6-1. Owen is really running away with this second game.
He is playing some inspired stuff. Oh, he went for a bit of a... I'm not sure if it was where the ball was, but he went for almost a bit of a fan.
It's not come off.
It has not come off. He's not quite Mohamed El-Shabaghi, SJ Perry.
And I can't see the other scoreboard because a wild Kyle Finch has appeared after his match. And
the other scoreboard does say 6-2.
Oh, I know I'm right, but got a bit of blockages in the view. Kyle's frame, not even breathing after that win.
I assume he just slapped it in the nick 33 times, if I'm honest.
A fun fact about Owen Taylor, I know you love your fun facts.
I do love the fun facts.
The man does not sweat.
Doesn't sweat?
He does not sweat. Look at him there today. He's not a drop on him. I've seen him do some incredible work, and he's always dry as a bone.
He must just be that fit, he doesn't even need to.
Joke fitness. I've never ever seen his hair looking messy either. Not once.
Maybe he's got a hairspray sponsor, that'll be why.
I think that's going to be a stroke to Stuart. Looking relieved he's got that one. Maybe not happy with Jaden's marking.
I couldn't tell if he was relieved or annoyed, to be honest. I thought he might have got a let and been annoyed at it.
I think I'd have been annoyed if I'd have got a let in that position.
Oh, very much so. Got a few points in a row though, from 6-1 down to 6-4. Oh, what a lovely drop shot.
It's a beautiful touch.
Very nice contrast from Owen. He loves his hard hitting style, but also, as you said earlier, deft touch.
And that's why he's up there, looking to push into the top 200 in the world currently.
Is he outside the top 200?
Ever so slightly, I believe. Currently, I think he's around 205, 207.
But surely you think that must be lack of tournaments rather than actual standard. He's a very good player.
He's a quality player. I think he maybe should be a little bit higher than he is, like you say. But he's, putting a little bit of work into his masters, just finishing up his masters this year.
Yeah, it's nothing to ignore, masters. You do need to work for it.
I know he's going over to Canada in the weekend after next. So probably the week after this he's heading out for a tournament over in Canada.
Very nice. Do you know where? Toronto, Montreal?
I do not. I'm thinking maybe Calgary.
Calgary, oh very nice.
I'm not sure if that's ringing a bell because there's a tournament on there now, or if that's one Owen's going to. But
Well, this time of year that'll be pretty cold, even though we're getting into spring now. I'm sure it'll be nice and icy. Stu's got back into this match a little bit more. I think it's 5-7 maybe.
I think it might be.
And the momentum is with Stuart. He's won sort of 4 out of the last 5 points.
Yeah, he's really making a little bit of a comeback here. Owen, you can see there, he's moving Owen off the tee a little bit more. He's not looking quite as settled in the middle of the court.
Yeah, and he's not giving Owen those opportunities to really pin him in the back corners.
He's not.
Oh, that's a good flick. What a lovely flick.
The Holden flick.
Flicky Dicky.
Flicky Dicky. Big shout out to Jenny Duncalf.
She loves it, doesn't she?
She loves it. But the way he's held that ball, he's made Stuart start committing to the front left and then clever change of angle, and he's
stranded. He can't do anything.
Stranded. His weight's going one way, his feet are trying to go the other. All you can do is try stony feet in that situation. He'd have sat me down, that's for sure.
Well, I did once hear, Sam, that you got sent the wrong way in Boast Drive against Matthew Broadbury.
I feel like I'm really being picked on today.
I just had to get them out. There's plenty of opportunity to pick on me, but you boys aren't taking it.
Yeah, well, you didn't get to see it today, but Matt's got a Nazi Holden flick, and I was in a lot of trouble. The fact that it was both drive just makes it even more embarrassing because you can only hit one shot.
Stuart getting frustrated with himself there. Owens managed to change momentum again, gone to 9-5 up now.
A lot of outward emotion. Owen's going to have noticed that, definitely. Picking up on all these, I was going to say subtle, like very not subtle body language cues.
I think it was the opposite of subtle there.
It was the opposite. I just wanted to sound clever.
Frustrated there. And that is the game, I believe. Or has he just gone to the back corner to wipe his hand?
I think it's 10-5. It's not.
No, that's the game.
That is the game.
11-5, so...
Very comfortable.
Our very own OT going two games to love up. And if he wins this next one, that'll be the match for University of Nottingham.
With Adam still to play at 1.
Which will be a dead rubber, but I'm sure it'll be a very entertaining match.
Only if Owen wins, but yeah, definitely make sure to stay tuned. That one's going to be real top quality squash.
Yeah, Adam's beaten players in the top 50 in the world, and Jan's been ranked as highly as 50 something, but I think currently he's only 92, but that might be due to lack of tournaments.
I think this might be his last year at Birmingham, is it? I mean,
he's been a PhD student for a while.
He's been there forever. I think it's been his last year for maybe the last 5 years. They just
has he been doing a bit of an El Shabaghi down at UWE?
A little bit of an El Shabaghi, just avoiding the military conscription while staying at university.
I'm not sure Belgium have a military conscription, unfortunately.
Well,
they tend to be a safe country.
Jan seems to think so.
He's a more slender-built character. I'm not sure he'd fare too well in the military.
No. Can you clear up for us? So on the intros, Jaden Goff was having a little bit of trouble pronouncing Jan's second name.
So I believe
Can you help him out?
I believe it should be called Jan van den Herrewegen.
I believe you're right. Herrewegen.
He's Belgian, but he's got a Dutch-sounding last name, so I guess it's Flemish. Not quite sure what Herrewegen means in Flemish, but
maybe
I'm sure someone out there will know. I'm sure I
can find out. Get our analysis team on that one.
Owen looking confident, first back onto court. It's a bit of a sign that he's not feeling it physically. He's got plenty left in the tank.
One of the only players who I think can pull off the knee socks.
I think so too. He does look good in them.
Those compression sock things. Not many players wear them. You really don't see them.
You do
Greg
need
Gaultier, bit of Nick Matthews, some of the old guard, but.
And our very own Leon Griffiths.
Oh, of course, not forgetting Leon.
He's not seen without the compression socks. He was even wearing them today for a friendly with someone who, I mean, to be fair to him, is nowhere near Leon's standard, but Leon took it seriously, had the compression socks on, avoid that cramp.
Jan just passing us on the balcony. Maybe could have taken the opportunity to collar him and ask him about the
I didn't notice till it was too late.
Alright, here we go.
If he comes back, I'll make sure to ask him. I'm not missing an opportunity like that.
Kicking off the third game. It's not been quite as physical as I was expecting. It's relatively one-sided for it.
Yeah, I don't think Stuart's been able to get into him very much. The glass cut really... Ooh,
wow,
poor error. He went to hit that one hard. I think that might have been top in the 170 mark.
He's nearly rocked me back off my chair. That was... Whoa. Bit of hard hitting.
Yeah, I think so. On the glass court, you need to be that little bit more accurate with your shot playing to really make the difference. And so far, that's been going all Owen's way. Owen's been the more accurate player. As you can see there, Stuart's just sprayed a few balls out into the middle of the court.
Just having to do work, isn't he?
I do have one fun fact for you though.
Do you?
There is a butcher's van that I see every day when I walk through. Well, it's not there every day, but I see it while I walk through the Trent building here at the University of Nottingham, and it does say Owen Taylor Butchers.
Does it?
So maybe he's got a career after uni after all. No, I'm just joking. It's spelled O-W-E-N, not like our lads Welsh spelling O-W-A-I-N.
Owain.
And of course he'll also be playing pro, he won't be being a butcher after this. Although he is butchering Stuart at the moment.
Oh, I could not miss that opportunity, could you? Absolute commentary and comedy gold here.
PSA Squash TV, sign me up. I'm ready for it.
Oh! Do drop in.
Do drop in, PJ.
Stuart
lovely slow-mo angle.
It is.
Owen was on that volley again, like Seymour Rosner, but look at it, roll into the nick. What an angle!
Oof,
Owen's got no chance.
Nothing you can do.
Even with his powerful legs, he's got absolutely no chance of picking that one up.
Do you happen to know what Owen had to do for his induction to the Welsh national team the first time he played for Wales?
I have no idea.
His initiations.
I know that for most Premier League kind of football clubs, they just make him sing a song, but
he did not have to sing a song. So on the Saturday night after the tournament, they were going out into town.
These are the World Team Champs. Or was that a previous?
I'm not sure what the competition was. I think it was Europeans. It was a few years ago now. The very first time he played for Wales. And it involved Owen, a nightclub, a pink tutu, and one of Naylor Gillis's tops.
Oh, God. And for any of you who know Naylor Guinness, she's
petite.
She's very petite, yeah. She is a
petite.
slender lady.
He still has that top, actually. He told me if I wanted it, it was mine, but I think he was joking.
Yeah, I don't think she wanted it back. Probably quite stretched.
Yeah, I can't believe he fit into it, I'm not going to lie.
Stuart's got himself off to a good start. I think that must be 5-0 if he's serving from the right-hand side.
I think it must be.
So, and they've kind of all rattled away out of nowhere. He hit a bow snick, but the rest have been maybe a couple unforced errors from Owen and not much else in the rest of the points. That's a tight width. Stuart's moving Owen around the front of the court a little bit more in this game.
It's a real role reversal from what we've seen so far. Oh, there's the boast that we're used to. Owen is such a powerful mover. Stuart, well, they both are. What I meant to say, Stuart, such a powerful, confident mover. It's really hard to break up his rhythm, and that is why Owen keeps throwing in these boasts. They're not meant to be winning shots. Owen's just looking to outmaneuver and outplay Stuart with them to set up a better opportunity to finish him, open up some space.
Very nicely put, Sam. You can see glimpses of Stuart's movement there. Owen's played some lovely shots to the front of the court, beautiful drop shots, and Stu's just getting it back, plugging away, waiting for the next one.
This rally is what I'd been expecting.
For the rest of the match.
A real battle between both the players, moving each other, working each other. That's what we love to see for the squash purists out there.
Exactly. Owen's tried to go through the interference to play that, and he's probably annoyed at himself that he didn't stop and ask for a let, because he probably would have been given one.
I think that's 6-love.
I think it is.
I think that's what I've heard Jaden calling out.
Not 5-love you've got on the screen. Oh, 7. There we go.
Big fingers.
It's just come a bit out of nowhere. 6. Ah, there we are. 6-1. Let's get the ball rolling, Owen.
Got a point on the board.
Hashtag road to Nottingham, everybody.
Big share going up from the crowd there. Really getting behind him.
That's what we need, I think. Especially being 6-1 down, Owen really needs some support from the crowd.
He's been in this situation a few times in his career. He'll know how to handle himself.
Yeah, definitely. The men's team here at the University of Nottingham have finished sort of second or third over the last few years. I think we won it a few years ago, but I'm not sure if Owen was here when that happened. And so yeah, Owen has been at this stage in the tournament many times, and he knows what it feels like.
If you read his athlete focus piece on the UON Sport Instagram and other social media, you'll have seen he said he's really gunning to go one better, try and take that win this year in his last year.
Take the title, I'm sure, will be a lovely way to finish his time at the University of Nottingham.
Exactly, end on a big high for him.
I think that's 7-1 to Stu now. Owen just put a drop shot in the tin. Uncharacteristic from the rest of this match, but that is Owen has been. I think recently I've noticed Owen's movement across onto that volley across the middle of the court has been so quick, and you could see there he was on there like a fencer, really.
That's a great way of putting it. Lightning across the middle, jabs his racket out, puts the ball away. Nick Matthew-esque, that one. Ooh.
Oh, beautiful volley shot. Gave himself a little bit of margin, didn't put it too low, although it was a low shot, and just plopped it right into the nick. Oh, look at that tight length. Beautiful. Lovely slow-mo replay. That's a great get from Stuart. Oh, not quite.
Just out of court, practicing his Mizukis there.
Practicing his Mizukis. You never know when you need it. Owen's
back to within 3 points here.
Yeah, he's mounted a little bit of a resurgence.
And he's by no means out of it.
Even though we were saying earlier that 3 points might seem like a lot. But Owen has the momentum, so that's when it's different. That was a good hold from Stuart. He feigned the volley drop shot and then just pushed it long, got Owen rocking on his heels.
Poor error, like you say. Owen was leaning back off balance on his heels. The ball's come into his feet. It's awkward.
They both need to do a little bit of that hold and flick, because Stuart moves so well and Owen moves really powerfully, so they really need to try and offset each other's movement.
Exactly. If they want to make any inroads in the rally, they're going to have to do something to break the other player down a little bit, get them out of position.
Yeah, that's a shot from Owen. Unfortunate that Stuart was slipping, but Owen had it all over the court. He had no idea where that ball was going.
Slipped a couple of times there.
You can see
hit the deck.
Yeah, you can see he was moving backwards quite quickly.
You can hear them trying to get rid of that sweat. Squeaky squeak.
I'm sorry, I thought I was talking to a mouse just then. Squeaky squeak.
Squeaky squeak. Do love cheese. Big cheddar fan.
Other cheeses are available.
That's the hold you were talking about.
That is the hold, exactly in it. He's done it a couple of times. Owen's got the first one back, but it's the second one is where it really did damage.
Yeah, you can see him there, the little stutter.
Exactly.
He's planted his feet and it's just broken his rhythm.
Stuart really came out of the traps well in this game. He knew that he's 2-0 down, and this could be potentially a match-losing, well, a fixture-losing match if Stuart had gone down. So he's got himself up to 10-5 in this third game, playing some very good stuff.
Exactly. I'm not sure if he's aware of what's gone on between Kyle and.
Yeah, maybe it's.
Wry smile from Stu there. He knows he's been done.
You Nottingham student locals will know that DG taxis are outside waiting to pick Stuart McGregor up on that one. That was a huge taxi.
He's gone, hasn't he? He's gone.
Owen being game ball down, he's trying to lengthen out this rally. Force an error from Stuart, and there we have it, 7-10.
Exactly. He knows he's got his chance of him winning this one is quite an outside one, but if he can put a bit of work into the legs of Stu in the back end here, he's not going to give him it for free. He's really going to make him work for this game.
Exactly, I think over the course of the match, Stuart's probably done more work. So any more Owen can make him do is bonus, and even if he doesn't clinch this match.
That looked like it was a bit of a scoop.
And he called it. Owen's a fair player.
Scoopy scoop. Just, could you quickly let our viewers know, Oran, what is a scoop?
So, The players are back on court now, ready to start this fourth game. How do you think Owen will come out?
He's going to come out guns blazing, isn't he? He does not want this to go to a fifth game.
I wondered if you were going to say the closet. Of course, Owen has a lovely girlfriend.
He's not under the thumb at all, actually.
It would be hard to be a professional squash player and be under the thumb. All that training, all those league matches, you're away from the house quite a lot.
She was a student here, but obviously Owen doing the split masters has been here a little while longer. She now resides and works down in Cambridge.
In Cambridge, oh, very nice.
Tin there from Owen.
Yep, but he's continuing his attacking play. That's what we want to see. We don't want him to shy away just because Stuart's getting a little bit more of those balls back.
Absolutely not. If you're not playing positive squash and taking the ball in, you stand no chance really. These guys,
yeah, especially at this level,
they're not going to be making errors, not going to be giving away cheap points for you.
And especially against Stuart, who's such a fit, consistent player. He's really just trying to make it as much work for Owen to win a point as possible, but couldn't do anything with that one.
Could not. Flick of the wrist, and it's straight to the back of the court.
Yeah, Owen's holding his racket up a little bit higher than I've seen. Maybe I'm just forgetting, or maybe it was just on that kill shot. But
I was thinking that as well, actually.
Maybe it might be a tactic recently he's been working on, or it might be something just for the glass court because he knows that it takes the ball in so much better.
Some players feel like they maybe get a little bit more control when they hold the racket closer to the head.
Yeah, you do. And I also remember watching Amma Shabano. It was funny. He on this serve, he always started off with his racket high up the grip, but then he moved it down straight afterwards. I thought it was funny, but also tells you the importance of the serve.
Hugely important. As I think some of our girls found out earlier, that is a big movement from Owen.
Big guy, he's got good flexibility. Oh, and what a lovely line.
That was a great point to win after he was in such a difficult position at the back.
Also shows you his power, doesn't he? Got into that half split and got back out of it and was ready onto the next shot.
Exactly, he was deep in the back corner there, and he's up and out, and that's the gym work. That's what these boys work on. It's actually not a lot of the time getting into the shot. It's the power to quickly get out of those positions that they're putting themselves in.
Yeah, exactly. I remember, obviously you want to be quick around the court, but your movement off the ball is more important actually than moving onto the ball.
Definitely. Stuart convinced that one's out of court at the top earlier in the rally. You can see him with his arms up appealing to the referee.
He's only going to be distracting himself though. He needs to let the refs make the decisions.
You can see him quite visibly frustrated on the tee, just in the middle of the rally.
If he wins this rally, he'll be very upset, and if he loses, he'll be even more upset.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be a little bit of a conversation with Jaden after this one, I think.
Jaden won't take anything off him. Yeah, there we see. Adamant it was out, but I think the crowd was short as him. It's a great finish from Owen. He didn't play it too low, just cut it in nice and tight to the wall, and Stuart couldn't do anything.
Yeah, we've talked about that a lot today, haven't we? Just the importance of rolling the ball in. I think Owen's trying to confirm with the crowd that ball of his was good. He's one of the most honest players on the circuit. For
yeah,
sure.
Owen's a lovely guy. He wouldn't ever want to cheat anybody out of a point.
Not at all. Apologising to Stuart there even.
Apologising for winning the rally.
Yeah, so sorry about being good.
4-1 here to Owen. He's started this game well. Ooh.
He's late on that.
I think that's a fair call.
Is that a let ball?
Yeah, I think he's given a let. I think that's fair. It was a little bit behind him when he asked. He wasn't quite onto it for the volley, which would have been a stroke.
No, I'd agree with that. I think by the time Owen could have been hitting that ball and playing it, Stuart was probably just clear.
Yeah, that's a lovely drop shot from Stuart. He got onto that one nice and early and put pressure on it.
Is that 2-3 actually, if that last one was a lap? I think it is.
Yeah, the other scoreboard's got 2-3.
2-3. That's a tight ball.
It was. Owen did well to scrape that off the side wall.
The Holden boast. It's a tough movement.
Owen needs to watch out on those wide widths. Stuart's probably able to volley that.
So interesting enough, in league recently, Owen actually beat in 3 games Birmingham's number 1, Jan.
In 3 games, it was 3-love.
I believe it was in 3 games.
That is a great result.
Yeah, he took Jan to school, I think.
Took him to school. Was that a little professor reference for me?
It was, yeah. Maybe you can check that. Maybe you can check that out. I think 3-all. It's tight here. It's tense at the start of this 4th.
Yeah, Stuart's upped his level over the last game, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's just tightened up a little bit, and it's not allowing Owen to control the game like he was in the first 2. Oh, and there it is.
I missed it.
You've just missed it. Look at this. The Mizuki winner straight to
Owen,
rather than cross-court.
Owen Taylor, come on.
He
must have been seeing me playing some of those beauties.
I think he's not actually very good at hitting the nick unless it's a Mizuki.
Is that true?
That is true. I've only ever seen him spank Mizukis.
And fact checking that, you are correct. He did beat Jan van den Herwegen 11-5, 11-9, 11-7 in a Warwickshire League.
Like I said,
a very good result.
A little schooling.
Strangely, Jan playing for West Warwick's club rather than the University of Birmingham in Warwickshire League. Owen playing for Leamington Spa. Oh, it's a lovely cross-court kill.
It is.
Little flick of the wrist. Tight drive.
Stewart scraping that one off the sidewall. He's back in the rally quickly.
I would still say Owen's in control a little bit more of this rally though. Stewart's kind of just trying to pick up the pieces. Oh, perfect length.
The perfect length.
Even got it over Stewart's head, so he had to duck. No chance he was volleying that one.
Bit of dodgeball on there.
Bit of dodgeball. What's the first rule of dodgeball? Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Got it wrong. I only got the first 2.
And he was using number 2 there, the duck.
The duck.
That's a good boast from Stewart though.
5-6, I think now.
I believe you are correct, sir. That was a lovely power line from Owen. Oh,
the leisure centre. Through the legs.
And a bit of disco time.
Bit of disco time.
He's practicing for later when he's out on the town.
I wondered where you were going with that.
6-all now. Not much between them.
Not much at all. I think this is probably the tightest game we've seen so far.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. First 2 were more heavily in Owen's favour. Third one for Stewart.
The momentum just swinging one way than the other, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's loose. Could be trouble. Oh, he's recovered well with.
Luckily, I don't think Stewart was quite expecting that, so he wasn't on it as early as he might have wanted to.
See, that's the difference that we're seeing in this game compared to the start. Owen's boast's just half a foot higher, and it's making all the difference.
Yeah, especially to someone quick like Stu.
He's on them and attacking rather than on them and defending.
Tried that little holding flick, but to no avail.
Both these boys. Oh, that is interesting.
Did he give that as a let?
He's gone straight into the back of Stu here.
Nah, you see, I think that's a stroke. Because
the ball was loose when Owen wanted to play it in front, didn't he?
Owen could basically play that shot from exactly where Stu was stood, and Stu didn't move at all.
I think you're right. I think what Stu's got away with there, since that the ref's down court, so I can only see it once. The way he's put spin on the ball, it's rolled in and rolled really tight down the sidewall. But at the point Owen wants to play it, it's very loose.
Just before then, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a big movement from Stu.
It's going to be eating away at the legs. Those huge lunges are really tough.
I think whatever injury Stuart had, it's probably not bothering him. He's played 3.5 games at a very high standard. That bounced twice. That bounced twice.
Convinced it was alright. Honestly, I didn't think there was much wrong with that. At first
I thought
glance,
it bounced twice. We might get to see it on a replay,
we might get
but
a
we might
replay.
not.
I'm not sure what's going on there. Owen doesn't look happy about it either.
Are they going to be playing a let or?
I think it could be Stuart's.
It's getting a bit...
Not too sure what's going on here.
It's getting a bit nervy on there. Owen's looking a bit...
The first time we've seen him ever so slightly losing his composure.
Yep. He's gone slightly off the cucumber on the cool meter.
It's Stuart's point. I thought it was clean.
Okay.
Owen's stopped play there. That's
I was with Owen, but I do wear glasses for a reason.
Maybe you need new ones because you've got them on.
Oh, that's a poor error from Stuart.
Surprised you're not seeing that's a bit of justice.
Well, I'm the professor, not the judge, unfortunately.
Judge, jury, and executioner. Hopefully that's Owen's role today.
Hopefully. But what is he finding Stuart guilty of? That's the question. I'll leave that up to you, Sam.
It's not my place to say.
Ooh. Very well played from Owen. Kept it tight. Stuart was, even though there was a little interference, he was forced to go through and play that because the quality was good.
Owen gave him just enough of a line, didn't he, in the inside?
Yeah. 8-7 here to Owen. It's very tight.
Tight. Just like those lines.
Just like those lines. They're beautiful lines.
Be great to see OT taking this point.
Oh, definitely. Being 9-7 up, you do feel like you've got a form of a grip on the game. That was a lovely through the leg shot from Owen.
Gone for the swinger.
Betweener.
You
saying he's swinging between his legs, Sam?
Yeah.
That's an interesting thought.
Oh, I think he's a bit of a fish there. A no let. I can't quite like that decision.
You give a no let for that?
I think he did, yeah. Oh, is it a yes let?
No, I think it was a yes let.
A yes let.
I think initially there was a bump, but because the ball ran round the back and Stuart was moving, he could have gone through and carried on and played that shot.
Owen's, I think his left arm just got a little bit trapped. Couldn't get his way out from behind Stu.
Maybe he's been doing some of those bicep exercises Mike's been advertising on his fitness Instagram page.
Well, him and Fuller do train together a fair bit, so maybe they've been doing it together. There's nothing like a little bit of friendly competition in the gym. Who can lift the most? It's getting a bit scrappy.
It is getting a bit scrappy.
Didn't like that movement.
It'll be interesting to see what happens there, yeah.
Well,
Stuart didn't clear off the ball.
It was Owen's shot, so...
Exactly.
It was Owen's fault.
And he didn't push him like Stuart's trying to insinuate.
He just wanted to get through and hit it.
Yeah, Owen's just a little bit of a bigger person than Stuart, so of course he's going to carry a bit more momentum.
So I think that's 9-7 Owen here.
I agree, Sam.
It's looking good.
The crowd's liking that decision. I think Owen's just trying to say to Stuart there, he's just trying to go and play the ball. Stuart needs to clear better. It's his own fault, really, Stuart. Oh. 10-7, that's a poor effort from Stuart. I think he's lost his focus a little bit.
He maybe saw the finish line a little bit too early.
Yeah, maybe. Also frustrated with that decision. That's match point, and would be a semi-final victory for University of Nottingham if Owen can convert. Big old spank of that ball, Owen.
He's really trying to make it uncomfortable for Stuart with this hard hitting and this pace. There it is.
And there we have it, folks. That's a victory for the University of Nottingham.
11-8 in the fourth game to Owen. It's a huge win. You can see the emotion. It's the first time we've really seen him react. 11-7.
I think it is, yeah.
It's the first time we've really seen him react on the court. Huge fist.
You've got to save it for the end. You've got to keep a cool head throughout the match. But
so we've got one more match left for you guys. One more match left.
Yeah, I will be departing. We'll get one of our other commentators up for this one.
It's going to be a cracker. I think it might be me and Nick Carver.
You and Nick Carver. I'm sure you'll have a lovely time. So it's goodbye from me, folks. We might be able to get a quick interview with Owen Taylor, but we'll see.
We'll keep you updated. Stay tuned for Adam's match.
University of Nottingham Sports Injury Clinic. We offer hydrotherapy, physiotherapy and sports massage to all members of the general public and to students here at the university.
We have a state-of-the-art facility with 5 private consultation rooms. We have an open rehab space where we can cater to the individual as well as group rehab sessions, and besides that we have a hydrotherapy pool as well as a plunge pool where we can cater to the individual or cater to groups or teams.
Typically getting people with all sorts of injury, mostly consisting of musculoskeletal injuries. That tends to be either through sport or through just general demands of daily living.
The hydrotherapy pool is a warm pool where we can do individual rehab as well as group rehab sessions. The water is warm and therefore moving in water will make any pains, it makes moving easier than it would be on land. The plunge pool is a cold pool that we have next to the hydrotherapy pool. It's currently around set about 10 degrees. We use that predominantly with our sports teams as a recovery, so they go in after they've had a match or a hard week of training. Whether you have a small niggle or a long-term injury or a chronic injury, we have a specialist team of qualified staff as well as trainees in clinic that will be able to help you on your journey, whether that is back to professional sport, back to work or back to day-to-day life. We are here to help you.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, we are with University of Nottingham's second team player Owen Taylor. Owen, how are you feeling?
Good, yeah, just got the win, so pretty buzzing to get that over Birmingham. So
yeah, exactly. Owen's just come off court from seeding the victory against University of Birmingham. He won the third match. It was a 3-1 in games. How did he feel throughout the game?
Felt good, felt strong, and felt like I was sort of on top of him throughout most of the match. Had a little bit of dip of concentration in the third game. Let him have a good start, and then it was quite hard to pull it back. But then fourth, got back to my game plan, started upping the pace, and I just thought he couldn't really live with it after that.
Yeah, exactly. So you think the key to your success was keeping the high pace and intensity up?
Yeah, definitely. I played him in the BUCS individuals tournament just before Christmas, and I beat him again 3-1 then. It was a similar situation where I just knew I had to keep the pace high. Obviously it's quite hard physically to do that for like 4 games, almost an hour. So yeah, obviously you're going to have dips in concentration. It's all about controlling that and then sort of using your like down periods to then rest and then go again.
Yeah, exactly. We were loving your almost Simon Rosner kind of style on court. You were using that boast from the forehand deep and jumping on that volley to punch him straight down the line. Is that something you've been working on?
Yeah, Simon is a player I look up to. I think I'm obviously quite big guys. I think we can play a similar style. Obviously he's a lot better than me, but yeah, this court,
we're working on it.
Yeah, this glass court takes a boast so well. So if you can sort of threaten the length and then throw that quick boast, and it's such an effective shot on this court.
Cool, that's lovely. I think they've just started on the glass court. Adam, Jan, it's a dead rubber, but it'll be an exciting match to watch. So we'll let you get stretched off. Yeah. And thank you very much for talking to us.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Sweet. Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. To hear from Owen there, these boys kicking off quickly, not the usual long warm-up. Joining me for the start of this one, Luis Tavares from Portugal. How are you, Luis?
I'm good, thank you.
A good close friend of Adam, train with him regularly. Any predictions for this match from the get-go? What are you thinking?
I don't know, I think we'll be quite close now.
You think it's going to be a tight one?
Mate, some people here, like Carl Finch, is probably saying it will be a big chop.
A big chop for who?
Oh, Adam.
For Adam, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. So apparently on my last commentating there was a bit of like controversial comment.
Yeah, so
comments.
we've had Louise on before, commentating on Adam's fiancée, Colleen.
Yeah, that was true.
And a few of the Scottish fans, when University of Nottingham were playing Storm, just thought Louise was maybe a little bit biased towards the Nottingham players.
Maybe, I don't know, they thought it was too aggressive. What do you think, Sam?
Personally, I think you were okay. I think they were just upset that their players were not winning.
Yeah, exactly. I think they even considering about banning me from the commentators community.
Well, we've sorted that out and we've got you back here.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Oh,
Thank you.
That's a lovely little shot from Jan there.
Is it?
It's just
joking. It was a beautiful shot.
He's cut it in, hasn't he, off his legs. A little bit of improvisation, maybe.
Oh wow! Some good squash today.
Some great squash today. Have you been here from the start?
Yeah, always supporting my team.
Always supporting his team. Are you going to be looking to get yourself into the first team next year, maybe? Or are you out?
I'm not here next year.
I heard you might be on a year in industry.
Yeah, I am. I don't know where I'm going to do that. If anyone wants to give me a placement, I'm happily sure to do it.
Bit of advertising here. I'm not sure we're allowed to do that.
I don't know.
Luis is a second year student studying computer science.
And that's I can't believe he just served out. But yeah.
Served out?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's been a bit common among professional players like Joel King.
Oh yes, Joel King had an absolute shocker.
I know.
9-10 down in the 5th game over at Blackball, and she served out.
Beautiful,
to
wasn't
lose
it?
the match. I'm not sure beautiful is the way she would have described it. She was.
No, that's like how beautiful squash is. Like you can easily come back, can you?
Exactly. You just never know. She was 2-0 up. She was cruising, and then all of a sudden she finds herself a match ball down and serves out court.
True.
Adam not looking too great here in the start of this first game.
I don't know. What do you think? Maybe it's like a strategy? I don't know. What do you reckon?
He's starting a little bit slow, isn't he? He's not even gone for that. Is he all right? He struggles a bit with injuries, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he's been fine, to be honest. But like,
well, I think he pulled out of a league match a few weeks ago with Harry Faulkner over at Sheffield.
Yeah, with a bit of cramps. That was
just a bit of cramp.
Yeah.
Well, surely he just had a little stretch off. Maybe drank some seawater and went straight back on. That's what I would do with a bit of cramp.
Where do you think he got the seawater from?
Probably the sea.
I don't know, mate. Do you reckon it's safe now with all this coronavirus?
I think that's probably the least thing. The least worries you've got when you're drinking seawater, to be honest.
That's true.
Alright, we'll get back to the squash.
What do you think, mate? I think ball was down.
Didn't actually see that one clearly. So the score I've been lagging behind. It's not 5-2. It's actually 9-2.
No way.
To Jan. Honestly.
Oh wow! I can't believe that. What do you think of the reffing decisions on the previous match?
So I think the refereeing's been good. It's been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
They've really stamped their authority on the players, you know. A few complaints here and there, but the referees here today have really made sure that the players know who's boss. .49 here, so Adam may be starting to get into it a little bit. I spoke too soon. He's just lost that one. Not a confident start. Your prediction not looking too good at the moment. He's getting a bit of a chopping in this first game, to be honest.
You know, some people call him like the English Gawat, you know, like first game, no warm-up.
The English Gawad. I mean, Adam warms up quite extensively, I think, doesn't he? Maybe
say that again, Sam, sorry.
He warms up quite extensively, I've heard. He really does struggle with his body sometimes, and he wants to make sure he's not going to get injured.
Let's see.
Well, yeah.
We already won, mate, so...
That's true. He knows that in the back of his mind, doesn't he, that this game, there's nothing on it for him. He's lost that one 11-6 though. I've been promising the crowd a good game, and so far we're not seeing a lot of intent from Adam here.
How is our crowd on Facebook right now?
I haven't checked, I'm not sure. Hope everyone's doing okay.
I bet we definitely have a good crowd.
We definitely do.
Here on the image you can see Michael Andrews, who got quite a big win, wasn't it? Like coming back from 2-0 down.
Yeah, Michael did really well coming back. Leon, the overall match score in the men's is currently 3-1 to the University of Nottingham. And the ladies went down 4-1, unfortunately. Big shout out to Colleen, watching from Egypt, I think.
Colleen has actually been having quite good wins recently.
Yeah,
like she's
we've been talking
quarterfinals.
about that earlier. She's through to the first quarters of a platinum.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Second game kicking off here. Let's see if Adam comes out looking a little bit more hungry for it.
I reckon Yanni's quite fit boy, isn't it?
He's quite what, sorry?
Quite like fit.
He's a fit boy.
Apparently it's lagging a little bit. The Wi-Fi connection is not
It's not good.
ideal. Oh,
Not good at all. The photographer has not chosen a good colour top.
that's...
In a white t-shirt on the front wall.
Well, I believe the stickers on the front wall as well are not the best match as well.
Yeah, so that's the thing. A lot of you guys, if you've... most of you I see probably haven't played much squash on the old glass courts. They have very bright white lights, and if you hit that, making the lob extra effective, because if you can hit the ball up high, the white ball kind of gets lost in the lights a little bit. It's really hard to track.
Fun curiosity, Sam, that's true. Do you play a lot of lobs?
I do play a lot of lobs. A great Indian player by the name of Shrivats Bagaria once described me as the king of lobs.
Oh.
I think that was quite sarcastic, but we're going to pretend it wasn't.
Pure poetry, isn't it?
He did not respect the lob, and that is why he used to get a bit chopped.
Did he get the lob back?
Never.
Oh, beautiful, Sam.
Yeah.
Music to my ears.
As we were saying, with the white ball and the white lights, those white stickers as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You can kind of lose the ball in the stickers, and you kind of have to find it again and refocus. And when the game is quite as quick as it is here.
Yeah, it's true, and especially, like, I believe most of the players here, especially in uni, they play with the lights on the lowest as possible.
Yeah.
I guess. Like
when the TV's here, like today, they have to have it brighter so you guys at home can see a little bit better.
Hope everyone at home is enjoying. You can leave us some questions to the players on our Facebook.
Let's go. Yeah. It's high quality squash today.
Yes.
High quality squash. I think Owen said in one of his interviews that you would normally have to pay to see this kind of quality. So you're getting it for free here today.
That's true. I thought
5-1 Adam. He's really turned it around this second game.
I think he's structuring his game slightly better. What do you think?
Definitely. And he's just looking a little bit more lively. Oh,
look at that.
That was beautiful.
Joke hands, isn't it?
He really can put the ball away very well when he wants to.
What is
stroke given there?
Jan's current ranking?
Jan's current ranking? I'm not sure, but I can find out for you. So he has been up as high as around 50, we think. Close to 50, but he's currently... I'll find out for you.
Pretty good. 7-1 up.
Sorry, he reached... I didn't mean that.
Oh.
Highest ranking of 89. That was in February 2017.
189?
No, just 89.
Oh, right.
It's
pretty good.
Justice. Top 100 in the world, top 90 in the world.
Yeah, it's pretty decent, isn't it? Oh.
Definitely is. Running behind on the score. It's 9-1 to Adam here. It's a complete turnaround.
Completely different player.
Absolutely. Jan is out of it. He was all over Adam in the first game.
Oh, that's such a good shot. Oh, wow.
Dinah Andrews, Michael's mum, showing her support for Adam today.
Oh.
10-2 here. 8 game balls for Adam. There he is, given up by Jan. So a complete turnaround to what we saw in the first game.
Yeah.
And Adam coming back.
Pretty easily, isn't it?
Giving him the chop.
You know when you said my prediction was wrong?
Well, I didn't say it was wrong. I said it was looking a bit iffy, is what I said.
I guess now it's pretty accurate, isn't it? I remember one of our colleagues here in uni. You remember him, the professor.
The professor. I don't need to remember him. I know exactly who he is. He was commentating with me on the match just before this.
Oh, I do. Oh, I'm glad I didn't see him and his purple colours.
How does Luis not think he's not biased? I don't think he believes for 1 second that he's not biased. So Jan heading back onto court here. He's looking to find the form he did in the first game. Adam taking his time, regaining his composure before he comes back on.
I don't know. What do you think, Sam? I think I'm being pretty fair this time. I think I learned from my mistakes.
You're doing a lot better. You're doing a lot better.
If anyone wants to check our PSL team, last match against Scotland.
Alderstorm. Alright, here we go. Adam serving to kick off this third game.
Oh, wow. What do you think, Sam?
Oh, I think this one's going to be a lot closer.
Yeah.
I think that both the guys are going to be ready to play their best squash now. Maybe after the first game, Jan relaxed a little bit too much. Not really thinking Adam was at his best, and he was just going to kind of cruise through. Yeah. And Adam caught him by surprise in that second game. I think now what we're going to see is a real tussle.
Yeah, remember when I told you it was strategy, mate? See?
I didn't believe you, but maybe I should have done. The hold and flick.
What do you think of this camera angle, Sam?
I think it's really good.
I know. You can actually see the proper speed of the game, can you?
Absolutely. We haven't had a lot of electric movement into the front yet this rally, but hopefully if we do, you'll really be able to see the way that these guys get forward onto the ball. It's incredible.
It's true.
Just clipping the tin, that one.
Any fun facts, Sam?
Not for this match. I was hoping maybe you could bring us some insight into Adam and his game.
I don't know. Recently, Adam's been quite busy, like with uni, but
studies physiotherapy, doesn't he? In third year now.
Yeah, exactly.
Boast. catching Adam off guard a little bit. He's on his heels.
You love a good boast, don't you, Sam?
I love a good boast. It's a very effective shot if you can play it right.
Do you think it's kind of a strategy again?
This is very topsy-turvy squash. You know.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Jan coming back out on top here, just full of up already. It's maybe not quite what I was expecting from this match, actually.
Yeah.
Thought we'd see a bit more of a battle between these two guys. Six love to Jan. He's running away
Our
with
big
it.
friend Nick Harbour just joined us. Big shout out to Simão Neves, one of my biggest friends from Portugal.
We've got an international audience today.
Oh, huge. Well, I already answered that comment. Danny, I think, I don't know, maybe, I believe I'm being pretty fair today. I'm not actually sure about the meaning of bias, but
English is not Luis's first language for everyone watching, so he's doing a great job here. We've actually got him on as part of an extracurricular activity for him to improve his English.
I'll just give a quick challenge to everyone that's watching us. Just, why don't you...
It looks like we're not getting a challenge, guys. He's I thought Meg Thomas was bad, but Luis just can't contain himself. He's quite inexperienced. We'll let him off. 7-2 to Jan here.
Yeah, but the challenge was, why don't you commentate? Who's your favorite commentator? You had like Nick Harbour, the Professor Oren, me of course, choose me please, and Sam Gibbon as well.
So no bias here, ladies and gentlemen. Luis is not biased at all.
At all. No fixed choices here.
Adam is just really struggling to get back into this again. Look, that movement was... The movement off the tee here, you can see, he just stops and just doesn't really get going.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's going on with him today.
Maybe he's just saving himself, you know? I don't know.
Maybe. Oh, that's a great finish from up high. Showcasing his skill. And he is off the floor. Bang. Bit of a slam dunk.
Oh, I think Jan is doing really well here.
I think Adam's just conceded there.
Yeah, it was just a best of three. Jan is just a confident player. Oh, a new comment. Oh, thank you very much, Danny. Yeah, I think Jan is a really good player, really solid, just played well.
So the boys just playing a little best of three there. I think
yeah, just a quick like.
They both might have league tonight, so with it being a dead rubber, they've not fancied it. Jan finishing that one 11-2.
Calm, Simon, calm. Not cheat. Oh, we have actually 22 people watching our match.
Well, a great win for the boys here at the University of Nottingham today.
I believe it's a wrap-up, isn't it?
Taking the victory 3-2, with that last match there being a dead rubber.
Yeah.
Unlucky for the girls this morning, this afternoon, sorry. But like we said, a very young team, a very new team, and hopefully next year they'll be really looking to push on in the cup.
Oh yeah, definitely. I believe like they just need some experience, you know, Sam. It's like a really important thing in squash. So
absolutely, they need a bit of experience, and I think we might be getting a couple of new girls in next year as well. I've heard maybe up towards the top of the order, so we might even be a little bit stronger again.
Any names? Any?
No names that I can disclose at this time.
Fair enough. That's true, Sam.
So there's a lot of things up in the air at the moment. But
yeah, a lot of contacts, calls. Rich has been busy.
Rich has been very busy. He's big on the recruitment. Anyway.
Well, it was a pleasure, Sam. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming up and joining me, Louise, and thank you everyone at home for joining us today too, showing your support for the University of Nottingham in this Squash Cup semi-final. Hope you all have a great evening. Thank you and good night.
Just a quick reminder, don't forget that we have the finals in a couple of weeks, and pay attention to our EON Sports Facebook page. Make sure you come around and support my commentating career, please. Thank you very much.
I'm getting involved in Men's Health Active because I think that taking part in sports gives you a natural high and it's good for your mental well-being.
I'm getting involved in Men's Health Active because it's a fun way to keep fit and get to know people.
I'm getting involved in Men's Health Active for stress relief and to be part of the wider community.
I'm a part of Men's Health Active because it's a good way to maintain my mental health and it's a good way to meet new people.
I'm getting involved with Men's Health Active because after a long day at uni I like to de-stress and meet new people and make new friends.
I'm getting involved in the Men's Health Active programme, supporting the health and well-being of our male students. I'll be leading on the Headstrong programme, which will be doing weightlifting exercises in the high performance zone.
I'm getting involved with Men's Health Active because I want to get out of the library, I want to get a de-stress on, get a blow on and have a little bit of laugh with a few new people.
I want to be a part of Men's Health Active because I want to inspire people to help themselves.
I think you should get involved in Men's Health Active for all the reasons just mentioned. It's a really fantastic way to look after your general health and well-being.
So here I am with the men's first string Victor. Jan, can you first of all, can you tell me how to pronounce your last name?
Usually you just don't pronounce it, but
I give it
Van den Herwegen.
Oh, I said Herwegen. Damn.
Yeah, no, that's the German version.
That's German.
Of me.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
So is that Flemish or just
Flemish? Yeah,
Flemish. Very nice. So you won today. How was your match?
It was all right. It was a bit of a shame because it was we were on last and we'd already lost.
Yeah, dead
the
rubber
tie. So it was a bit of a shame. Took a bit of pressure and excitement away from the match, but
yeah,
that's the way it is. Yeah.
Bit of a maybe a bit of a dull way to finish your career as a University of Birmingham player.
I'm glad you mentioned it. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned it.
How have your matches been over the years at the university?
Yeah, I just bleed red, don't I?
You bleed red.
Yeah. Go Lions.
Go Lions, very nice. You and Adam have had quite a few battles over the past. Can you tell me about a more memorable occasion?
Yeah, we have. I think he beat me the first time I played him, actually, in BUCS Individuals.
I think I might have seen that. Was that a 3-0?
That was a 3-0.
I remember watching him. He was on fire.
Bringing that up. Yeah,
wow.
He was on fire.
You bleed red, I bleed green.
Yeah, exactly. I think I beat him the 3 times after that, though. So,
so you had a 3-1 victory coming into this.
That's it. Yeah.
Wow. Well, you are a very classy player. How's life on tour been? Have you been playing many tournaments recently?
I've been trying to play a little bit more, yeah, but now with this virus scare, I think they're going to cancel quite a few of the events, maybe. So
yeah. Is your plan now you've finished your PhD? Is that to carry on playing more pro tournaments, or have you got anything else in mind?
Yeah, that was the plan, to try and get a good summer's training in and then
build that ranking back up, because I noticed you're down. Was it 92? You are
92, yeah.
And your highest is in the 50s, is it? Or is it
69, I think.
69. Well,
yeah.
I think I've seen you play better squash than that. So
Have you? Thanks. Cheers.
So I'm sure you'll be up there.
Hopefully, yeah. I don't know.
Is there anything you've got to say to any fans out there? You know, your University of Birmingham comrades.
I'd just like to thank everyone over the years I've played with. Great camaraderie, great nights out. It's just nice to be recognised.
Speaking of nights out, will you be out in Nottingham tonight?
Most definitely not. No.
Such a shame. I think all the Nottingham boys are going to be out, so they'll be missing you.
Well, they have won, haven't they? So I'm going to go and
sulk. Spoils go to the victors.
I'm going to go and sulk back in Birmingham.
Even though you won your match, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I think we're getting some of the other commentators to come into shot to wrap up.
Okay.
Jan, thank you very much for the
Cheers.
interview. Well
thank
played.
You very much.
Shame we won't be able to get to see you anymore in the university matches, but you've had a lovely career.
There you go. Cheers. Thank you
very much.
I can retire now, can't I?
Yeah, you can. Cheers.
Thanks,
nice
mate.
to see you.
Jan, everybody. What an incredible player he is.
Sam joining me now. So we'd like to thank all of you for tuning in to watch on YouTube and Facebook. Sam, is there anything you'd like to say?
Just want to say to everyone, thanks. Like you said, thanks for tuning in, and also make sure you come back for BUCS Wednesday, 2 weeks from now,
25th of March.
25th of March. You know the date. I know the date. You need to remember the date.
We'll probably be back commentating, so I'm sure we'll be drawing you back.
We will. Luis won't be back.
Luis will not be back. He has professionally been axed.
He had his second chance today, and he's been banned now. That was it. It's over.
Cool. Well, that's it. That's it from us. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Ciao.
Thank you, everybody.